There we go. Is there sound now? Johan Westhuizen, welcome to the stream. Sorry, my bad. I muted the mic for the intro. So you guys heard nothing that I said there. And it seems like everything's working okay now. So I was basically just saying welcome. Welcome to a live stream. The first live stream that I've done in, I don't know, probably about 2 years. Something like that. So, yeah, is everything working okay now? Like I said, this is the first time I've streamed for a very long time, and I'm kind of a bit more used to streaming on Twitch. I have streamed on YouTube a little bit, but I thought keeping everything sort of local, I guess, is easier. So I decided to just stick to YouTube for the streaming. Also being in South Africa, it's a lot easier to stream to YouTube because we don't have any Twitch servers close by, so I have to go through a alternative route, and in my experience, it doesn't work that well. Right, so we are just... Sound is fine now. Good, thank you. So that's good to know. Yeah, so I'm getting a bunch of notifications about my bitrate is too high. They are recommending 4,500 kilobytes per second. I'm on like 12,000. So we'll see how it goes. If I need to change it, I will. But if it just complains about it, but everything works fine, then we'll leave it where it is. So, yeah. Right, what was I saying? Golf. Right, we are playing golf today. I was going to farm. I've got a very nice farm set up for, well, Farming Simulator 19, a Sandy Bay farm. But that's just very mentally taxing. So I thought we are going to go with golf. This is a bit of a weird one in terms of my career because I'm level 22 with a handicap 8.4 and I've got quite a bit of money and I've played a lot of, well, not that much, but I've played a decent amount of hours on this. But it seems like, I don't know, every couple of weeks my profile just gets deleted. So I don't know what the deal is with that. And I have to start again. So this is the third time I've restarted a career. I think I've played 1 or 2 rounds on this profile so far. So we are doing the TPC Deer Run. Actually, I think I've played 1 round on this profile. So my first 2 profiles were just gone when I went back into my PGA. It just said, where do you want to start your career? So apparently it's your progress is saved on a server. And if there's a communication problem with the server, it can become obviously a problem with realizing where you are. I will have to turn the sound back on, so let's do that. Well, the game sound is on. I might need to put it up a little bit. The commentary...
Never an easy thing to do. Almost an uncomfortable situation at times, but they are playing well, so they have that confidence going into the final round. But this is going to be a tough afternoon ahead.
It's all set up to be a beauty. Let's see how it unfolds.
See how that is. I usually have the... Here we go. Obviously, music's going to be off because I don't want to get a copyright strike or even start messing with anything like that. That we can get rid of. So I am playing on slightly more difficult than Pro. So if you wanted to know,
Tony sits for himself
it's a little bit fast, but it should be okay. And it is. So, yeah, I think we... Peter, hi. Hi, Peter.
Yards.
How are you doing? And thanks for joining in. So, yeah, I think I've played 1 round on this profile, and I'm pretty sure I won that round. So we need to win 2 more events to start playing on the actual PGA Tour.
Choosing the 9
which I'm going to try and do tonight, obviously.
That's a pretty handy shot.
Very good. So yeah, I'm playing on basically
that looked pretty
Pro
good the whole
preset,
way.
but I
This
made
one's
it a
for
little
birdie.
bit more difficult than that. And that's kind of where I'm comfortable with it. So we don't have any putt previews or anything like that. And we have some
Nice
of
putt to
the
make that one. Give yourselves a pedal. Information,
Absolutely.
like distance information and that sort of thing,
sets the tone for the rest of the day.
removed.
Currently
So
in first
everything sounds a
position.
little bit
Making birdie in the
quiet.
first always puts you in a good frame
Although
of
it
mood.
seems pretty
It'll be fun
balanced
to watch
on
the round
OBS, so
progress.
I'm going to leave it at that
Welcome
and
to
just
this
turn my
hole.
volume up
It's a par
a
5.
little bit. Okay, so we started out with a birdie. Why are we 9 under? Wait, what? Wait, I'm confused. We're on the second hole and we're 9 under. Oh. This is... I never finished this. I think we're playing 4 rounds.
Time for the second shot here on the second hole.
Right, okay, so this is our very first event then. I think. I'm a little bit confused now. Oh, we're on... Nope. One hit a driver there. And... I have to say, it's something that I really do miss is playing golf. So I used to play golf a lot. When I was younger, I played a huge amount of golf.
This person displays the power game in pure fashion there.
2 big hits there, knocking it on this par 5 and 2.
Give the commentators a
It'd be
moment
nice
there.
to make this one. This one's for eagle.
Yeah, this is for eagle. So I played as an amateur on a pro tour. So, well, I don't know if it's a pro tour or semi-pro tour. But it is now the...
Don't miss this.
When I played on it, it was called the IGT Pro Tour. So I guess it's a Pro Tour because it was called the IGT Pro Tour.
That sets a positive tone for the player, doesn't it?
It is now part of the
down on the
Big
leaderboard
Easy
for this
Tour,
player.
I think it's called.
The play so far has been stellar, increasing
yeah, I played on that
the lead,
for about
Luke, but can they maintain it? Let's find out.
And enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. Unfortunately, I was never... The game is kind of loud. Okay, so let me... I think the easiest way... I can turn it down on OBS, but let me try and balance it in here. Let's drop it down to about 70 and see how that goes. Because the commentary sounds maybe a little bit overpowering. But, yeah, unfortunately... I don't know, something... I guess it's sort of a big match temperament. So, Peter, thanks for letting me know about the game being loud. Let me know how that is. So I turned it down a little bit.
Going with a hybrid here.
I can... Oh,
that should find the bunker.
oh, that was slow, 95% power.
That's a shame.
Not
Had
great.
a chance to hit the green, but couldn't quite get there.
Coming up a little
Bring
short
it
with
out
that
about
effort.
there.
Not bad, though.
A bit short there. Not bad, though.
That's
Not
on
bad.
the green, but still a
So,
fair way away from the flag.
What was I saying? Oh, yes.
Let's see if you can make this. Keep the par on the card.
Not enough.
Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it?
Well,
This next putt is for bogey.
bogey. Not good. But yeah, so... I was always decent with
Currently 9 under for
just
the
playing
event.
golf in general.
Teeing off here at the 4th.
But as soon as I went into major competition golf, like a Sunday mug was fine. A club championship was fine. As soon as you started playing for sort of titles, if I can call it that, I did not play for money, even though there was prize money because I was an amateur golfer. I never registered as a pro golfer.
150 yards
I
here.
got paid in things like basically discounts or vouchers or things like that if you were supposed to win anything. You're not allowed to get financial compensation if you're not pro.
Looks to have opted for the 8-iron.
So
This one is chewing fiber.
this is looking good.
Oh, that one
Beautiful.
just missed the hole.
Yeah, so
Well, that's well played and a great
I never
birdie
got
opportunity
paid in
coming
that
up here
sense,
at the
but you
4th.
get things like
3
discounts
feet to
and
go here to the hole.
prizes or whatever.
Well, what a start. This is impressive.
That is definitely a
Just an
confidence
incentive
builder.
for basically
Our current
people to
leader
play as well,
enjoys a
even if they're not
5-shot
pro,
advantage.
but they're sort of around that league. And
Always
yeah,
positive coming
I
off a
mean,
birdie.
I liked
Let's
it,
see
but
what
I
happens
just
here.
was never super competitive. And I don't know why, because all of my practice rounds
Good-looking shot,
reflected
this.
scores of what I was capable of doing.
Second shot.
But
here
as
on
soon
the
as I
5th.
got into competition golf, I just really couldn't when stakes were high. So I think it's just sort of a BMT, I guess. Well, it's called, yeah, big match temperament. I think that was the main issue.
Opting
So,
for the 9-iron.
Yeah. Hello, Dave, and all in chat. Rusty Money Gaming, welcome to the first live stream in a very,
Not a bad
very
shot,
long
that.
time.
Still a chance.
And I
And this
definitely
one for
recognize
back-to-back
that name.
birdies.
So, how are you doing? I hope you are doing very well. And yeah, we're just chilling with a bit of golf tonight. I think this is not going to have a huge amount. Oh, that was a bit overpowered. Don't go off the back.
Oh, just missed. Well, this would be a good one to make.
My
It's for
putting
par.
is slightly
Pushed it off the
shocking
blade.
today. That was
And
okay.
in it goes for the par.
Hang on a minute.
Still in the lead now after that hole.
So, my lips are so dry. Is the quality and everything okay?
Let's see what happens here.
It's the first time ever that I'm streaming with this camera. I actually got the setup and everything for this a long time ago. Probably about 2 years ago. And never used it. So what I'm using at the moment is a old GoPro Hero 7 Black with a cam link. And yeah, I'm hoping the quality is okay, because I used to use a camera which is above my head right now, which you guys can't see, but you'll see that when we are, well, you'll see what it sees when we're playing Farming Simulator at some stage. And
looks like
yeah, that was it's a Logitech C922, if I remember correctly, and it's a decent camera.
For sure.
But I think the GoPro is much better. Just playing Farm Sim 19 and watching you golf. Nice. What map are you playing on? Interesting. Yeah, I was gonna play. Oh, you can't tell if the quality is that good because your internet's not great. Okay, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. That's one benefit of streaming on YouTube rather than streaming on Twitch. That seems like we're going maybe a little bit overboard. Yeah, with Twitch, if you're not a partner or at least an affiliate,
ouch, that hurts.
Then it's really hard to get the quality spot on between quality and performance, because it's not adjustable. And yeah, with YouTube
now,
you still get, as far as I know, people can just sort of drop the quality down, so that's nice.
Always
and
offer up that hope
again,
of
in South Africa, it's
one.
just so much easier to stream on YouTube
par,
because there's actually
the
usable servers available, and there's no faff. You just click start stream and it streams. Where Twitch, I have to go through an ingest server and all of that, and it generally doesn't work that well, where I would see everything's fine, so my connection between me and the ingest server is perfect, but the connection between them and Twitch is pretty bad, but I cannot see that. People can just tell me something's wrong. So it's a bit difficult. So I decided to just stick with YouTube. No mod challenge on
just
Bellspring.
Eyeballing that one, trying to make
Interesting. So you're sort of going back to vanilla. That's awesome, though.
And
that's a map that I never really played that much. In fact, I never played much of the original maps. And what is the new map that they brought out? Allensgrad? Something like that? I've never played that. I've only used the farmyard for a video once. And I think it may have been for a how-to. Oh, actually, I used it for, I think, the trailer capacity. I might have used it for that. I might be wrong. I don't know. I used it for one of my shorter videos. I used the farmyard, and I don't think I've ever been out of the farmyard on that map, but it looks like a really, really nice map. But I've always just played modded maps. Don't know why. I guess it's because I like the maps that are sort of relatable, or that's just extremely customizable, like the No Man's Land map. That is obviously extremely customizable. You can sort of do whatever you want, and I really like that you sort of start out with almost nothing and you build it into something amazing, hopefully. But
anytime you can find the green and have a putt.
The only other maps that I like to play is like the Millennial Farmer map and the Welker Farms map, and yeah, sort of maps that are relatable. So I guess that's the ones that I find enjoyable. I mean, there is something fun about getting a farm like Sandy Bay, and everything's already there. You don't have to worry about the design of the farm. You just need to worry about farming. So that is what I am going to do on stream. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Mad Jack, welcome to the stream. Lekker mate, or Mater maybe. So, or Lekker, is that a spelling mistake? So for those who are English, I'm taking a guess there and saying the laker is supposed to be lekker, which is Afrikaans, my home language. Unless I'm misinterpreting that completely,
Well,
but I'm
have a look at the
gonna
line
say
here. You should find the
lacquer.
fairway.
Lacquer means
The spot looks
like
awfully familiar. Didn't they play
nice.
here yesterday?
Like
Yes, and let's
something
hope
is
it's not
is
similar
nice. It's
results
lacquer.
as yesterday.
So yeah, feel free to use that one. It's a great word. Anything can be lacquer. A person can be lacquer. If it's just a nice person, it's like that's a lacquer guy. You know, that's a lacquer guy. So yeah. It's a good word. And food can be lacquer. I had a lacquer dinner tonight, so yeah, feel free to use that one. It's a very flexible word. I do a lot of challenges on FS Maps as I creator of the Facebook group Farming Simulator Challenges. Right.
Well, a little off the target with that one.
Okay, I'll have to look into that. I would say send me a link, but YouTube will just block it, so rather not send a link. But I'm gonna look into that. So Farming Simulator Challenges, Facebook group. I'll definitely look into that. It'll be very cool if you play FS19 with Daggerwin. That would be amazing. That would be really, really cool. If that'll ever happen, we'll have to wait and see. The problem is collaborations are... Oh,
how close was that to going down?
Collaborations are great, but they're
just
very
5 feet
difficult
away
to
from the
actually
hole.
do. And
Good stroke.
I mean, again, it
Well
would be
done.
amazing, especially with Daggerwin. It would be, oh, that'd be
Well,
great.
Rich,
I
this
mean,
is the
he's
pivotal final 9 coming up, and the players
definitely
perfectly
someone that
positioned. They've given
I
themselves
enjoy
a
watching a
chance.
lot.
Yes, but if they start thinking about it, that's where the
And
danger happens.
obviously
they
that
have to
I've
keep
been
their head
following
down
for a
and
very,
keep
very
playing
long
on the
time.
front
I've also
foot
been
if they want to
following
see this
his
thing home.
Machinery Restorer channel for a very long time, as I enjoy that a lot. But yeah, playing Farming Simulator with him would be amazing. Again, it's difficult to do that to
No harm, no foul there with that shot.
schedules and everything to
Second shot here
align.
at the 10th.
Can be very, very tricky, but I won't say never. I won't say never. It would be very fun to do. But there's a couple of guys that I would
Well played, mate.
like to do a sort of a
And here we are with the third
collaboration
shot.
thing with. But again, it's just making it work. And making times and everything, because YouTube does take a lot of time and it's a lot of work, and you generally don't have a huge amount of time on your hands. Because editing and rendering and things take so long.
That's right out of the copybooks.
Like,
Exquisite.
if I sit down,
This putt right on 10 feet. A good one to make.
let's go around there. So if I just sit
This
down
one
and
has
record,
eyes for the hole.
that was close. If I just sit down and
He's
record
got
Farming
a
Simulator
par putt here. Let's see
survival
if he can make it.
series, I can probably get, I don't know,
Yeah, well hold. Let's move
3 or
on to the
4
next.
episodes done in a day comfortably. But I can only really get about
Leading
1 or
by
2 of them
4 strokes
edited
after that
and
one.
rendered and thumbnails made and uploaded and keywords and descriptions and all of that. To actually get it to YouTube to schedule.
Let's see what happens here at
Maybe
the 11th
do 1
hole.
or 2 a day.
And
So
after a
that
par
is
at
where
last,
the time
a chance
comes
to
into
perhaps
it.
signal some intent.
Like, I mean, I've got just about 1,000 hours on Farming Simulator. Well, actually, no, it's about 900
Yeah, that one will
hours
play.
on Farming Simulator 19. And most of that is recording or prepping for recordings. But the behind the scenes work is probably 5 times that.
Come on, get down.
Like with
Not a bad approach.
the $1
Will
million
be par.
farmyard
Slim chance
build
here
video.
for birdie, but you
That
never
video
know.
probably took, I don't know, a good 10 or 12 hours with regards to planning, because I don't just go build blindly. A lot of planning and things go into it, so I have to basically load up the saved game. Oh, that was way over speed. Where are we going? Oh, goodness.
Yeah, you just that can
That's
happen
not
on
good.
these greens. They're
So,
tricky at times.
Yeah, that was really bad. Actually, I'm going to do a small flop shot on this. Oh. Okay, I'm going to try it. I don't know if this is a good idea. Yeah, I should have probably
putt
put some spin
is
on
about
it, but I
8
wasn't
feet.
comfortable just with a normal chip. I was scared it gets caught up in that bank. So this is for bogey to put us 1 over. Over 500 members and over 50 challenges in the group on many maps on all platforms. That's awesome. I'm definitely going to have a look at that. I want to play FS19 so hard, but my laptop can't hold it. Oh, that's not good. My bad. Stayed in Joburg for 3 years. Best thing was Fed Cook. So good. Oh, Fed Cook is amazing.
Time to make a move.
Fed Cook is really good. I don't even know how to explain that. So if you want to know what Fed Cook is, just Google it. That's awesome that you stayed in Joburg for 3 years. I stay in Joburg. So yeah, we're sort of close to OR Tambo International Airport. And yeah, so that was definitely lekker then. That's awesome. So where do you live at the moment? I'm interested to know. But I was saying, oh yeah, so the $1 million farmyard build, with regards to planning out how I was going to design that last wing of the farm, where everything was going to be, how much of it is going to make it into the video, and then, yeah, basically just doing all of the planning and everything around it,
this putt coming up and for birdie.
Then actually building it and recording it, and then editing and rendering and finding the right music for it and deciding what makes it into the video and what basically gets cut. And yeah, then actually doing the rendering, and I do watch every single video before I upload it. So then another bogey. We're dropping to 8 under.
In, and that's back
it's terrible.
Bogeys.
2 bogeys in a row, never a good sign. Have to see if they can rebound from
bogey.
that.
That's terrible.
He sits in first
But yeah,
position.
then I watch every video to make sure there's no issues in the videos, no sort of skipped frames or anything, because I've had it once or twice where something just happened for a split second in rendering, and you just get this black screen for like a split second. I mean, if you blink, you'll miss it. But things like that, I do a lot of quality assurance. And yeah, by the time it actually, I think that episode took about 10 to 12 hours.
That'll work. That's fine.
By the time
sitting at 8
it got uploaded to YouTube, and then it still has to render for like 2 days, sometimes 3 days. At least I don't have to do anything. By the time it's on YouTube and everything's set up and thumbnails are uploaded and all the information, then that's sort of YouTube's problem after that. But then it still takes a couple of days to get there, to get it out to you guys. So yeah, a lot of work that goes into it. So it's hard to sort of take 2 people that does that and find time to collaborate. So yeah, it would be amazing, but it'll be very difficult to do. So, and then the added challenges of me living in South Africa, where sometimes you just have a power cut. So if I had to do a series with Dago, I'm like, dude, I can't record anything because I have no electricity, and that'll mess up his schedule as well, and yeah, it'll just make things tricky. Maybe one day. Maybe one day.
And they'll walk away with a par on this one.
You deserve millions of views. Thank you, Peter. Thank you. I would love millions of views. Unfortunately, that hasn't come my way yet. I think my channel is sitting, well, publicly. Actually,
and staying right where they were in today's rankings after that.
You might hear my video play. No, we're fine. So publicly, my videos or my views are saying 555,000.
It's time to tee off here at the 14th hole.
But it's actually more than that, because before my channel was Redonkulous Dave, it was Gamers Raid for about 2 years, and I think there's about, I don't know, 10 or so Gamers Raid videos, which were really just some how-to videos that did fairly well, so I didn't want to delete them. They're still on the channel, a long way back, and yeah, I mean, it was a bit of a mix-up channel. I did a little bit of everything. I mean, I did, what was the game where you broke into houses and things? I even did that. It was Thief or something. I don't know, where you had to sort of like scan houses and see people's routines and everything. That was actually a really fun game. But I used to play things like that, and I played Sim Airport, and I played 2 Point Hospital, and I played Motocross, and I played a bit of Formula 1, I think, at one stage. I played Raft. I played...
Oh, this is a long way
goodness.
from
I played so many different games. It was just a mix-up.
What's he got in front of him?
And when I decided to eventually focus the channel more towards sort of hardcore... Well, not hardcore simulation, but sort of just focused on more simulation games. in terms
Understood
of
below
things
the land
like
there, Rich.
mining and trucking and farming and
7-footer
that sort of thing.
right here.
I decided to change the name
Good-looking
along with it,
putt.
and I deleted around 400
he'll take that.
videos. And obviously the views went along with that. But if I
Our
go
current leader
into
is
my YouTube
enjoying a
analytics, I
two-stroke
can actually
lead.
see the overall views, which I saw the other day was something like 600,000.
This hole is
So
a par 4.
I deleted about
and it's a pretty lengthy
50,000
one at
views.
that.
But I'm fine with it. It didn't matter anyway. So, but yeah, I would love to get millions of views. In fact, I would love to get millions of views a month. It would make life so
Well, I know
much
that we're in the
easier.
booth and
And
not right
also,
up close to it,
it'll
but
make
it doesn't
making
take a
videos
smart
so much
person to work
easier.
out. That's not a nice lie.
Because
They
it's
parred this hole yesterday, but from easier circumstances
a bit-
today,
let's
it's a
go a
little
bit
more
longer.
difficult, but still doable.
There we go.
Going with the 5-iron here.
Go. Go. We'll chip
This
that.
would be a momentum saver here, getting this up and down.
I don't know how hard to go with this. This is probably my biggest weak point in the game. Is sort of these long range chips. I really don't know how hard I'm supposed to hit this. Okay, we're gonna go, oh, I don't know, 8-iron, let's just do that. It's uphill. Oh, that's too hard. Oh! It hit the
What a
pin.
shot.
Saved it.
And
I
that
don't know
should
why it does
secure
that
the
weird
par.
lag
Well done.
thing when it hits the pin
And the
or
putt
hits the
drops
hole.
now at
It's
8
a bit
under,
annoying.
heading down the stretch.
Anything can happen down the stretch.
saying
Let's
something.
see what takes place.
Oh, millions of views,
Now
yes.
2 shots up after that one.
Oh, it'll make life so
3
much
holes
easier.
remaining.
And yeah, it'll
This
just
is
make
what
recording
it's all
easier.
about. Time to see who is going to get it done.
These guys talk a lot. Well, so do I. But it's fine though. Yeah, it would be
And
easier
choosing
to...
the 8-iron here.
Oh,
Four
that
right.
was pushed out. Yep. Roll down. All the way down. Yeah, it's just easier to
Well, that'll work.
make
Up on the
videos
dance
if you
floor.
know it's going to
Could have
get
been worse.
a good amount
Outside
of views.
chance here for the
Because
birdie.
motivation. It's quite difficult to keep yourself motivated if you're getting like 50 views or 100 views, especially if videos take 8 or 10 hours to make and you're getting 50 views. That's really difficult to keep yourself motivated. I guess for me it's not too bad because I really enjoy what I do, or
That's
making
disappointing.
videos. I mean, that's
That
not
will
necessarily
drive
what I do,
you
but
bats.
I really do
Solid
enjoy
par
making
putt
the
there.
videos. That's why even if I get 100 views or 50 views, it's like, you know what? It sucks, but it's fine.
And maintaining top spot on the
So,
leaderboard.
But
after that.
sometimes it would just be
2
nice if you
holes
look
to
at
go,
something and
Luke.
go,
Can they hang
if that
on?
got 5,000
Let's
views or if
find
that
out.
got 10,000 views, oh, that would be amazing. But yeah, I do appreciate the gesture though. A couple of months ago, I found your NML challenge series. The No Man's Land. Left you a few comments back when you were busy in real life. Yeah, so I think I responded to some of those. I always try and respond to comments, even when I'm not recording videos and I sort of I
Oh,
go
well
away
struck.
from the YouTube
This
channel.
drive's heading for the
I
fairway
haven't
in
done
my
that
eyes.
for quite some time, but
Sitting at 8 under.
when
Currently
I
in the
do
lead.
that, I still try and sort of pop in and check on the YouTube channel and check on comments, and I try and reply on comments and things because I definitely recognize your name. Without a doubt, I recognize that name. So yeah, definitely seen a few of your comments. Hopefully I responded to them. I always try and respond to comments. I do enjoy the comments. Because luckily we don't get
This one might roll
a
into the
lot
rough.
of like hate comments on the channel.
John,
I guess
you're
we're
down
not getting
there.
enough
How's
views
this
to get
ball
hate
lying?
comments. So
Well, shouldn't have
yeah,
too much trouble
one
getting
here
it
and
in
there
here,
every now
fellas.
and again,
It's
but
ended up in
nothing
a
too
pretty
bad.
decent lie, all things considered.
Usually just people being, I don't know, a bit upset if I've got a how-to video and they can't get it to work, and they're like, oh, that was so close.
Lovely
And
shot
people
of the
are like,
bunker.
this does
That's
not
in
work.
tight. You can mark it,
It
down.
does,
That's birdie number
because
4
I've got
today.
video evidence of it working. So it definitely works.
He's currently sitting in first
Yeah,
place.
I mean, and people can get quite upset with that. But
And a
it's
chance
fine.
to
We
ice
don't
the
get much
tournament
of it.
here.
So,
Holding the lead, playing the last.
They are kind of annoying. I can't almost hear you sometimes. Maybe I should just turn them down a little bit. I'm going to do that. You did reply. Okay, good. That's good. Like I say, I always try and reply to the comments. So we're going to turn the commentary down to about 50. Let's see how that goes. Because I like having them on. It's a bit awkward if we don't have them on. But I do talk a lot, so yeah, I'll
That's
try
heading
and
for the fairway.
I'll try and not talk when they're talking. And we'll see how that works out. I'm not really used to playing
he's
with commentary.
been putting on a clinic all day. Another beauty by our leader.
Another
a lot
beauty.
better than yesterday, thankfully. Now let's watch and see what they can do from here.
All right, let's see if we can roll this one out a bit. I don't know if a 7-iron is going to roll that far. Let's do a 6-iron and sort of put it in the same spot. It should get a bit more roll. Oh, that
Going
was
with the
pushed.
6-iron
Why
here.
am I pushing?
This one
No.
can take a little bounce
That's
to the
not
left.
good. Yes, please. Okay, so I turned them down a little bit, and let's see how that goes. Oh, that wasn't bad.
Well, there's a very good reason why he's leading this tournament, and that's Exhibit A.
Okay, so this
Right,
is...
let's keep the focus here. This is to win the event.
Ooh. So this is the last day, the final day.
I like the look of this. Well, there you
Boom.
have it. What a wonderful victory, Rich.
That was absolutely sensational, and what a life-changing moment it can be winning.
Okay,
And
cool.
I gotta say, impressive week all around from that player. Happy for him.
Nice. I thought we played level on that round, but apparently we were 2 under. So very good. Right, Corn Ferry. It's 10 o'clock. I don't know.
Well, that'll just about do it. On behalf of Rich
I'm just
Beam,
gonna be on
I'm
my
Luke
phone
Elvin.
a second.
Thanks for tuning in. Look forward to your company next time.
I don't know if my wife is sleeping, but I'm going to ask her to bring me some water. Because I forgot to bring any water. Right, so 10 under. And there you go, fun fact. For those who didn't know, my name is David, not Dave. But I just went with Redonkulous Dave because it's a lot more fluent than Redonkulous David. So, yeah. I don't think many people know that, actually. I mean, it's not a secret, but I don't really talk about my name that much. Right, so that is 10 under. So second place was 8 under. And great play. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I think, well, that was, yeah, I guess it was okay. So next one up is the Sand Dune Classic at TPC Scottsdale. Oh, awesome. Thank you. I got water. I got big water. So much better. Okay. So this is PGA Tour Career Home. Is this still on the Corn Ferry thing? I think so, because... Oh, that was 36 holes. So we're going to play 2 rounds here. Cool. I think I have it set up for normal tournaments to be 2 rounds, and then bigger tournaments to be 4 rounds. Right, so difficulty is... So that difficulty is the scoring difficulty, is set to easy, so that'll get to sort of where we were now, 8 under, 10 under, somewhere around there. I think medium will be a little bit difficult because I have the sort of swing difficulty on pro. Actually a little bit, well, yeah, the swing difficulty also on pro, but some of the other things in terms of distances shown and information shown is a little bit more difficult. So it's sort of pro, in between pro and whatever is after pro. Sort of, I have it set up sort of a custom difficulty in between that. But as for the AI difficulty, I have that set on easy because they score pretty well on easy. And
today's coverage of the Sand Dune
I mean,
Classic
we'll
is
see how it
about to
goes.
begin.
If it's too easy,
Pleased you could join
because
us
I
for
do
this
want a bit of
first round
competition.
action. I'm Luke Elvey with Rich Beam in the booth, and we've got John McCarthy down on the course.
John
Hello,
McCarthy.
Luke. Looking forward to today. No doubts there. Can't
sounds
wait
so
to
excited.
see what happens out there today.
Sounds very excited for this
Already a
tournament.
winner this season. Number 2 would be very nice here today.
I have no idea if this is PGA Tour now. I don't think it is. Let's go with that. So we've got a bit of wind.
Choosing
Nothing
the
major.
9
That was a
iron
pretty
here.
good shot.
Yeah, good safe shot this one.
That should
That
sit
should
down.
find the surface.
Sit down. No. I guess not.
Left yourself an opportunity. John, have you got a read on this one?
Goodness.
No, looks like it's about 24 feet to the cup from here.
24 feet. Ooh, that was a bit overpowered. It's uphill.
Was on a good line.
Too much.
Putting for par.
Too much. Okay. Do that.
And that puddle drop.
So,
Well
yeah,
done.
what do you guys think about the layover for the camera? So, it's
Starting
nothing
the round at
fancy. I
even
tried to
par.
keep it minimalist and clean. I don't like a sort
It's
of
time to begin this par 4 hole.
a massive
And after that par, they're looking for something
overlay
good
and things
here.
like that. So this is going to be the farming simulator setup, actually. I can actually show you guys the overhead. Yeah, I mean, my desk and everything isn't super clean, but that is going to be the farming simulator overlay. So this camera, this one that I'm pointing at, isn't actually set up in terms of color and things, so it looks very oversaturated or overexposed. But that is the top-down camera. That is what it's going to be for things like farming and racing. And just so, we probably won't run it all the time, but just if people want to see. So these are my 2 tablets when I am recording. So they are still in farming simulator mode. So this sort of acts as a button box. And then over on this side, I get a bit of information like fuel and speed and heading and the speed of my time accelerator and the time itself and money. And I can hide my HUD and open the menu, beacons, lights and all that sort of thing. Diff locks, 4-wheel drive, attach, lower, fold, pipes, belts, covers, seed select, all of that sort of thing. So that is basically a button box and tablet. And then this one is basically just GPS. So that is very, very bright, that GPS. So yeah, it's hard to see. But yeah, basically that is what we are going to be using for racing and farming and that sort of thing. And yeah, I think it's pretty good. I want to try and keep it neat. And what you are seeing here is exactly what I record my videos in. So the tablets are very, very handy. Oh, and for racing, over there, that is a little mobile as well. So that shows my gear selection and very important racing information like how much fuel I've got left and how much time I've got left and all of that sort of thing in terms of how many laps I can go with the current fuel. And yeah, so that phone I don't use for farming. The tablets I use for farming. And then the tablets with the mobile I use for racing. How do you set up the tablets? I use a program called Sim Dashboard.
Still a chance
So
to attack this hole.
it is software that is loaded onto the tablet or the phone, or all of them in this case. And you can run it through a USB cable, but I prefer just to run it through Wi-Fi, because if I run it through USB cable, I can only have one of them. If I run it through Wi-Fi, each of them get their own IP, and I can run all 3 of them simultaneously. And I thought there was going to be a bit of a delay initially, because I really, really tried to run everything on USB. Oh, that's going to be very close on landing, not on finishing. But yeah, I was determined to run everything on USB, because I thought there was going to be a delay on if I run it on Wi-Fi. There is not a split-second delay. I mean, not at all. So I do have a big booster, a Wi-Fi booster right above my office. So that probably helps. But it's really, really good. It is a paid software though. Well, sort of. You can use a free version, but it's quite limited. But you can give it a go. It's extremely flexible. It works on so many different games. It is... Oh, how did I miss that? I didn't even pull that.
And this next putt,
well,
it's for bogey.
That's not good. That's for bogey. I use them for everything. I use them for racing. I use them for farming. I use them for trucking. I use them for flight simulator. And you can create your own setups, or you can just download community setups. So setups that people build themselves, they can upload, and people can go download it there. And I got some really, really, really nice layouts on the tablets, especially for farming simulator. For trucking and farming, it's mostly custom. So I have things set up there for obviously truck controls and things like that. even opening and closing windows on the trucks for ETS and ATS. And it's just one of the best things. And I have all of my devices connected to the same account. So I only bought the program once. And it runs simultaneously on all of them. So I didn't have to go, ooh, that's going to be almost in the hole. What a shot.
Oh, well played.
Yeah, that was a good shot. Even if I have to say so myself, that was brilliant. So yeah, Sim Dashboard. And you can try it out. I'm pretty sure there's a free version of it, but it's not expensive and it's definitely worth buying. Oh, that was an eagle. Oh, fantastic. That puts us to 1 under. Beautiful. Going from 1 over to 1 under really quickly.
They are full of
That's
confidence
awesome.
on the next tee coming off the eagle.
Right. So yeah, Sim Dashboard is probably one of those things where I would probably be very lost without it. If I had to not use it anymore and not have the tablets and things anymore, I would notice. It's one of those things where I would really notice if I don't have it anymore. So, you know, some things you have and it's sort of like, yeah, you know, if I don't have that tomorrow, it'll probably be fine. I wouldn't notice that much. It'll be sort of like slightly annoying and done with. That was not hot enough. Please go, please go. There we go. Beautiful. I underhit that a little bit.
With it, he'll move to a couple under par.
Very nice.
And it's time to recap that play.
Yeah, definitely with regards to Sim Dashboard, I would notice if that had to go missing. I just want to check how the stream is doing. Everything is still excellent. So that's good. That's what I want to see. Oh, we are tied first place. Not really any massive names on the leaderboard.
After that birdie, here's a good chance to maintain the momentum.
Win to contend with today.
Oh, that was
a nice one. Beautiful. So yeah, I still have to do a bit of calibration on the top cam. So that top cam is the one that in the community post today that I spoke about. It is literally built. The foot stand that it's standing on is part of what remained years ago, 2 years ago, when I sort of built this office. I have got a kitchen countertop in here because I couldn't find a big enough table, so I built my own one with a kitchen top, and it's just sort of a compressed wood laminated top, so it sort of looks like granite, but it's just compressed wood. And
nicely played.
Or actually marble. I think it's marble. I don't know. But yeah, I had a piece of that left, so I used that for a foot piece, and then I sort of dug out a bunch of old offcuts from copper piping and things, and built a nice stand because I didn't want to attach it to the rig, because every time I move, the whole camera was going to shake. And the same with the face cam. That is attached to my monitoring screen, which is up there. So I've got 3 screens and 1 on top. And it's attached to that stand. But literally everything in this office is custom built. So firstly, I actually built this building.
And there it is.
From the foundations up. My dad and I built this. And
just well off the lead after that hole.
Soundboards are custom made. I used some wood and some fabric and some roof insulation to make those, so that I don't have an echo, because my studio isn't big. It's really tiny, but that meant that it had quite a bad echo, surprisingly. I thought it wouldn't because it's small, but it created a massive echo. So that was a problem that I had to get rid of. And yeah, I made my own sound deadening boards. The screen up there that I'm talking about, the monitoring screen, that screen is actually technically broken. Its HDMI port doesn't work, so I'm running it on VGA, but it doesn't matter because I'm literally just using it to monitor things.
With the 8-iron
or when I'm racing, I'll maybe watch a stream on it.
This one needs to kick left.
And yeah, that is mounted on top of what was an old fan. So literally a standing fan, you know, the rotating fans. It had a nice sort of stainless steel foot piece, but the fan broke. So I took the fan off, the top of the fan off, and kept the foot piece and the adjustable bit, and I thought I'll probably use that one day. And then yeah, I needed some sort of a stand for
That's a wonderfully played chip
that
shot
screen,
there.
and I couldn't really
Yes.
attach anything to
Very
the wall
smooth
because it
tempo
comes out
there on
too
that
far.
chip.
So
If
I
he
had
makes
to do
this,
something
he'll
custom,
save his
and
par.
I took some flat bar and I made some brackets
Okay,
and things,
let's head to the
and I
nets.
used that foot piece and I basically bolted it to the table and made a whole custom
leader now
clamping
has a
bracket to
one-stroke
that screen
advantage.
because it doesn't have a Visa or Vesa or whatever
We have
mounting
par
points.
3 on
So
this
I
one.
made a big clamp thing that sort of just grabs the screen. It literally just has 4 claws that grabs it, and it's sort of removable. That thing took like 2 days to build, and yeah, so that is a very custom job. The tablet mounts are the same. They've got claws, so I don't know if you'll be able to see that. So like over there and there and there and there, you can see them. So that is the same thing. It's literally just sort of like a claw that grabs hold of the tablets, and they are suspended in the air. So there's a gap there with a charger plugged in. They're permanently on charge, and I couldn't find anything that would suit that need, so I built that as well. I welded up a bit of metal and made a sort of custom bracket thing that I can adjust up and down, and I screwed it to the table. The racing rig that
Opting
I'm
for the
sitting in
3-wood.
was just built out of some scrap wood. Even my keyboard stand. So you
He's
can
not
also
hit the
see
mark on
the
that
keyboard
approach.
Airmail the green with
over
that
there.
approach.
And that is just sitting on a custom... Ooh, I hit the mic there. That is just sitting on a custom wooden stand thingamabob where I put little bars at the bottom at the shape of the keyboard with a bit of foam, so that it doesn't scratch or anything, and it sort of sits comfortably and it doesn't make a noise. And basically screwed it to the racing rig. And yeah, I mean, just about everything, even my headphone holder is just a old piece of wooden curtain rail that... Oh, that was terrible. It's an old piece of curtain rail that I sort of stuck
This is a par putt.
some foam bits to and screwed it to the bottom of the table, and it makes a brilliant headphone holder. So literally everything in my
Putt
office
is underway.
is custom built.
Oh,
Everything.
wonderful effort. Confirms the par.
Including the room itself. I
Currently,
just build a
couple
lot of
under for the
things.
event.
I mean, camera mounts, everything. That camera mount, I made a custom little bracket thing that attaches to the fan stand that sort of connects to
We've
a...
reached the 8th
We
hole.
call it a
The
handy
tee
bar,
is
but it's
yours.
basically just a threaded rod, and that extends out, and that is screwed into a GoPro mount, and then I've got a HDMI mini cable plugged into that, which I ground down with a Dremel because it didn't fit. So even the cable is sort of modified. Yeah, I mean, my cable management under my desk, I hate seeing a lot of cables. Unfortunately,
Not bad.
I need to go through everything again and do it again because I moved some things. But I mean, even that, I cut up some old, because it's fine hiding the cables in
Opting
some
for the hybrid, I
trunking, and well, at least that's what we call it, is trunking. I don't know what it's called in other parts
Well,
of
that's
the world,
well played into
but
birdie range
the
here
problem
at the
is the
8th.
actual
Luke,
the
nothing
power
gets past you. Yes,
bank
this kid
thingies.
is a
I don't know
stud.
what you call them, where you get sort of your plug and a wire, and then you get the little box thing. How do you attach that? So I came up with a solution where I took like these thick rubber bands for like bags and hiking bags and things like that, and cut that into pieces and screwed that into the table, and it makes sort of like just a piece that you can open up and stick that in, and it holds it perfectly on the bottom of the table, keeps them out of the way, they're not under pressure. Peter, have a good night. Thank you for checking in. I appreciate that. Hope you have a good night. But yeah, so I have so
tracking.
many things in this office that
Okay,
it's just,
steady now.
the putting is just not on
And with
today.
that, you can go and put a par on the card.
But yeah, I've so many
And
things in
after
this
that
office
hole,
that is
this
just
is how the
custom
leaderboard
made.
looks right now.
Even the little phone stand that I was talking
It's
about
currently
earlier
tied for
was
fourth.
sort of a phone
And
stand.
moving down the leaderboard as well.
It didn't make any sense, so I disassembled the whole thing and only used the bottom bit and modified that bottom bit to sort of fit the phone the way
And now
I wanted
teeing
it to
off
fit.
on
So
this par 4 hole.
yeah, I just like to make things. I like to build things. I like to make things with my hands, I
Gotta
guess.
say, just some
And
of the
I would say I'm probably
best
quite good at
rhythm
it.
in
To a
the
point
game.
where my wife now is like, if she breaks something,
Playing
she's
this
just
shot
like,
from
"Eh."
about 180 yards.
And she'll tell you that
Only
that
2 shots
herself.
off the pace.
She's just like, yeah, he'll fix it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Like our fireplace even.
Looks
I
to
don't
be
know if I've
going
got
with
a
the
photo of
5
it.
iron.
Let me have a look.
Oh, this is on a fantastic line. Is it
Let's
the
see if I
right
can
distance?
find. Oh, that was a good shot. Let me see if I can find a picture of our.
Well, that's beautifully
Oh, I have
judged.
one.
You know
Right
what?
there.
That deserves a golf clap.
I don't know if that is going to come up too well, but that is our
Putting for
fireplace,
birdie.
and it's got a big grid on the front because we have got carpet, sort of around. So that fireplace is sort of lifted on top of a tile sort of platform thing, but we have carpet flooring around it, and obviously you don't want to have an open fire
Started out on a good line.
with carpet because
That's
that
for
is going to
birdie.
be dangerous.
Well hold.
And
with
yeah,
that,
so
we'll move to 3
the company
under
that
par.
built the
currently
fireplace,
tied for
it was a
third.
new model,
Moving up the
and
leaderboard.
when
I
we
like
bought it, and
Let's
I
see
couldn't
what happens
find
here at the 10th hole.
sort of a cover for this thing, a grate that you put in front of it so you don't get sparks and things falling out. Couldn't find one anyway. So I phoned up the company that actually make the fireplaces, and I was like, where can I find one of these things? Can I order one from you?
Well, I hope
That
you
was a
pack the
terrible
bucket
shot.
and spade 'cause you're heading to the
And they were
seventh.
like, oh no, this
Playing
is a
now
new
from the
model of
fairway
fireplace.
bunker.
They haven't actually made one yet. I said, okay, fine. I said, if you are going to make one, is it going to have a little door so you can just sort of, you don't have to take the whole thing off, because I know they like to do that in South Africa where you have to take the whole thing off, put some fire in and put the whole thing back on.
Yeah, that's
And
well
that's
played.
normally when everything
Safely onto
falls
the
out.
putting surface.
So she was like, no,
Always
according
love
to the
these
plans that they have to
opportunities,
manufacture
especially when it's
these
for birdie.
things, you'll have to take the whole thing off. I was like, okay, fine. When is this going to be ready? Now, taking into account we're in the southern hemisphere, we are in winter time now. So this was 2 years ago around now.
He
So
can
sort of
claim it.
like
Back-to-back
June,
birdies.
July.
That's a
And,
momentum maker, isn't it?
So like, I know that we're going to have them ready and
Trailing by a
manufactured
stroke after
in
that hole.
November.
We've arrived at a par 4.
Okay, right.
Good
So you're going to
birdie
have
on the
the
last.
fire
What's
grates
in
that I
store
need to make
now?
fire. You're going to have them ready just in time for summer. Nice. That's real nice. So obviously that didn't work out. I was just like, whatever, just don't worry about it.
Like it
And she
came
was
out
like,
of a
oh, we can
cannon."
custom build you one, but that's going to cost more than the whole freaking fireplace. So no, thank you. So I just sort of went down to the
Second
metal
shot
shop,
here on the 11th.
and I got a bunch of flat bar, and I got sort of a stainless steel grate thing, and I built my own one, and it's probably one of the nicest features in our house. That thing came out so nice, and it attaches to the actual fireplace. It's not loose. It's built exactly for that shape. So I obviously built one piece at a time to get everything perfect. And yeah, built my own fire grid thing, sort of fire cover. And it's got a little door and everything, and it works so well. And that's probably one of the things that I built
Oh, that was
in the last
pure.
few years that I'm actually quite
A
proud
chance
of.
to move to 5 under par.
Their short game
And
today has been
One of the things that I
absolutely
enjoyed a
sublime
lot.
fun to
I do like
watch.
making things like that. I'm just not a very
This
good
one's
welder,
dialed in. Ouch.
but I'm good with a grinder, so
Just 3 feet to
that
the
makes
cup.
me a good welder. I would
Ooh,
love
nice
to
line.
do a welding course though,
That's a
but
good
I
putt for
can't
par,
find
he'll
where they
take
do that.
Managing to
I
maintain
know
their
overseas they have like
position on the
colleges and things
leaderboard.
like that where you can sort of do a night
Teeing off
course
here on the
a
12th
couple
hole.
of times a week for people from sort of outside to learn new skills and things, where they have like night courses and things. I wish South Africa had that, because I would have gone to so many different classes and things. I really want to learn
That
some
reminded me of the Big
different
Easy.
forms of welding. I
Silky
want to,
smooth.
because at the moment I just stick weld, and I don't do a very good job. I don't have a very good welder. In fact, I have a very cheap welder,
Well, get some sort of
which
stroke
can't really
going on here.
hold an
Rules and
amperage.
regulation.
You
What a
don't really know
statistic.
if you're on
Well, the
20
practice
or
is paying
180.
off here, Luke. This
So,
player is
either you don't weld at all,
relentless.
or you just burn holes in everything. So it's quite difficult to do that. But also I don't
Not a
really
bad
have the
line, this.
skills.
Nice
And it's
one.
hard to
Fourth
learn on
birdie
your
of
own.
the day. And that
It's
will
easier
take
if
him
someone's there to
5
sort of
under.
show you. I mean, I can weld a
Well,
thing,
that's
so it
certainly a step in the right
sort of
direction.
holds together,
Keep
and
it
I've been
going.
getting better over the years. But I want to like what you see on like
Lovely
weld.com
momentum for this player.
and that sort of
after
thing.
that
I
birdie at
mean,
the
those
last
guys
hole.
can
Keep
weld.
it rolling.
Doesn't matter what you give them. It can be an arc weld or a MIG weld or a stick weld or whatever. Actually, I think, isn't arc welding stick welding anyway? I don't know, MIG welding, TIG welding, all of that.
Oh, I could
They're
watch that swing all
brilliant.
day. That's
Goodness, they
beautiful.
are so good. They make it look so easy. To look at them stick welding is like, oh, that's easy, I can do that. And you go there and it's like, oof. Yeah, this, no. Not easy at all. So that is something, that is probably one of the skills that I would really, really like to learn. Because it's so useful. I mean, especially because I like building things and just creating. I love creating and problem solving. I would much rather build something than buy something. So yeah, I mean it's something that I would find very, very useful.
Hey, nice
right,
line.
I've been talking so much, I have no idea what our score is. I don't know how the tournament's going. Ooh, we're 5 under. So we are going to make the cut, because the cut is +3. We're on hole 13, so I don't know, we can still mess that up.
And the putt drops, and we're moving on.
I like to think...
Currently 5 under for the round.
Yeah, I think that basically covered it. I'm trying to sort of explain the best I can.
This one.
My office setup here. What I would like to do, obviously this requires money, is move this entire setup up that way a little bit. I do have about 1 meter that way. That way. If I can move everything up a little bit that way, put my PC, which is over there in the middle, and then put my normal chair and another screen on the left, that would be ideal. I wouldn't be able to stream on it because then I'll have to have like 2 more cameras, and yeah, I mean, I'll have to have another mic, and unless I can sort of swing this one around, but I don't think it's going to work very well. But yeah, basically just for if I want to play like the Hunter Call of the Wild or Apex,
this needs
or something like that, where
to the left-hand side,
or even DayZ, where racing setup isn't the ideal setup for that. I would like to have that sort of separate, and also for editing videos. It's quite difficult to edit videos in a racing seat like this. But I mean, I can't play Apex in this because I literally, if you look like here where my hand is over there, this is just a, I think you call it a ottoman. So it's literally just an ottoman with my mouse on it and my what do you call it, joystick. Oh, and there's the headphone holder that I was talking about. But yeah, so it's just an ottoman sitting there. So it's not it's fine for something like DayZ or something where there's not a huge amount of movement where you need like super reactions.
Get in the hole.
Oh, that's gonna be in. Beautiful. So yeah, it's fine, but you can't really play Apex Legends with a keyboard on your lap, sort of underneath a steering wheel and a mouse sort of off to the side on an ottoman. But for things like DayZ and everything, it's fine. It's a little bit difficult for video editing, but it's sort of what I have, so I'm working with it. And yeah, I'm getting by. It's fine. It'll just be nice to have another screen. The problem is I'm maxed out on screen ports on my graphics card because I've got 4 of them, and it sounds a lot more fancy than what it is. It's literally the cheapest Samsung screens I could buy 4 years ago. 60 hertz, there's nothing fancy about them. And the one on top is technically broken. It doesn't even have a working HDMI port. So if I say 4 screens, I mean, no. It's not that fancy. It's nice, but it's not fancy. It's super cheap. Yeah, not great stuff. But I like it. It's fine. It does what I need it to do. And yeah, the only thing is I'll have to sort of unplug one of them and plug that screen in every time that I want to use that. So that'll be a bit uncomfortable, I guess. Ben Robinson, welcome to the stream. Oh, I haven't seen your name in a while. How are you doing? If you get to Ireland, I'm paying for your flight to France, and you can build stuff at our place and drink wine as payment. That'll be awesome. Oh, I would do that. I would definitely do that. That would be great. Yeah, I would love to go to France. My parents went to France a couple of years ago, and they loved it. They obviously went to Paris, and yeah, my mom sort of absolutely fell in love with Paris. She just wants to go back, and but yeah, that'll be awesome. Oh, that looks pretty good. There we go. So yeah, Ben, I hope you've been doing well. I haven't seen your name around for a while.
Mark it down. That's
But,
6 birdies today.
Yeah, definitely
like
some
it.
good
2 in a
wine
row.
around
He's
there as
feeling
well.
it.
Leading by a couple after that hole.
And champagne,
Teeing off
of
here
course.
on the
Is
16th
it true
hole.
that you can't buy genuine champagne anywhere other than the town called Champagne? So that is a thing that I heard one day. Everywhere else is technically sparkling wine, but the Champagne brand of champagne, I think, is what they mean. You can only buy that in the town of Champagne in France. Is that true? I don't know. That sounds a bit like they're going to go bankrupt. Doesn't sound like a great marketing strategy, but I mean, I don't know.
Game with the
It'll be
7.
kind of cool if that is true, but
Any
I
bounce
don't know.
to
I have
left
my
here would be
doubts.
helpful.
It's a
Well
protected
played.
trademark, but they
This putt
export
is about
billions of
17
liters
feet
of the
long.
stuff. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that makes more sense. That makes sense from a business point of view. So it's just sort of the champagne name can't be used by anyone else. That's why it's called sparkling wine then. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, let's see if we can get this putt. Oh, that
Right by
close.
the hole.
Close, very close.
Par putt coming up here.
Oh, but we're 7 under. I mean, we're doing well. I don't know where we're on the
And
leaderboard.
down
I'm
it
guessing
goes.
first.
Still in the lead now after that hole.
Well, we're in the lead. That's good. Oh, we're only 2 shots ahead. Charlie Thornton, Andy Cole, Iwasaki, Gonzalez.
To
All
me,
right.
the short par 4 is the most
Man, the
underrated
last time
hole
I
in all
played
of
golf
This
in real life
hole is so important
was-
at this critical time. Go for it.
Goodness,
lay
I
it
don't know,
back.
maybe-
How much do you trust your swing?
Whoa. It was pre-COVID, so it had to be at least 2 years ago. And
What a gargantuan tee
I went
shot.
out to a club that's sort of local to me. I think I played it once or twice before that. And before that, I haven't played
Second
golf
shot
for
here on the 17th
probably
hole.
around 2 years as well. And I was just like, I really want to go out and play golf. And my dad was like, yeah, okay, I'll go as well. So we went out. We didn't get a golf cart. We walked. And I just played a pretty monster round. For someone that hasn't played in 2 years, like genuinely haven't touched the club, haven't gone to the driving range, nothing for 2 years. And then walked onto a golf course. I unfortunately shot a 4 over par
Well
on the
done.
first 9, but then played level
What
on
an
the second 9.
opportunity to
So I
make a
shot a 76 4
He
over
just
par.
keeps
But I
putting a
think
gap on the
for
rest of
2
the
years
field.
no
What a
golf
putt
at
to
all.
hold.
That was a
And that will
monster
take
round.
him to
Unfortunately,
8
that was
under.
also the last round of golf that I've played.
Our leader is enjoying a
Because
3-stroke
obviously
advantage.
COVID and all of that hit. And
This has to be one of
I
the
do
more
miss it. I
difficult
do
holes
miss
in
it a
golf.
lot.
The long par 4.
especially if you had like a
Look,
really
this
good
player
round.
Coming off for birdie on the last hole, getting some momentum going their direction.
Oh, that was a... Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. I mean, compared to when I was playing every day, when I was playing
Attaboy.
competitive golf and
Good shot.
everything,
And this
76
shot
would be
from
a
about 150 yards
quite
out.
terrible score. You wouldn't be too happy with that at all. In fact, you weren't too happy with anything if it wasn't under par. But, I mean, that was
Opting for the
also
9-iron.
prior to that. I don't know. 8 years or something since I played competitive golf.
Pretty good
And,
shot there.
yeah, 2 years
This
of not
putt
playing any
right
golf
on
at all.
12 feet to the hole.
So I was quite happy, and then the bug sort of bit again because you sort of have this good round, and it
Could
was
be in.
really enjoyable being
lovely
just out
roll.
on the course, walking around,
And they'll
getting a
walk
bit of
away with a par
exercise,
on this
playing
one.
good golf, not having to,
And that
you know,
signs off on today's
there we
round.
go, 8 under for the round. You know, not having to play frustrating golf because there's
There
nothing
you have
worse
it,
than
folks.
frustrating
At the
golf.
end of the opening round,
And,
they find themselves in top
Yeah,
spot.
the bug sort
Not
of
bad,
bit again
Rich.
because I lost
And this
interest in
player
golf for quite some time when I
cannot
stopped
afford
playing.
to not make birdies tomorrow. They're going to have to continue the good play
I'm
in
just
order to
letting him
keep the
talk.
chasing pack at bay.
Yeah, we're 4 shots ahead.
Well,
we're okay.
on behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, and Rich Beam, thanks for tuning in.
We'll see how second round goes. We might have to bump up the difficulty a little bit. But Yeah, so I lost interest in golf for a little bit, for a few years. And after playing
2K Sports
professional
and the
golf,
Corn Ferry
because
Tour are proud to bring you today's event.
I don't know
Today's coverage of the Sand Dune Classic is about to start.
if it's
Pleased
just
you
me.
could join us for this
Oh,
final
these
round
guys.
action.
Give me a minute.
Hi, I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beam. It's been great to have your company here. And Rich, we're into the final round now. What's our next player dealing with as they get it underway?
Never easy going to bed with the lead, and they're out here today. It's probably weighing on them a little bit. I got to say, though, this player has been playing well. That's why they have the lead. So they have to be excited, and they have to like their chances going into this final round.
Let's get down to the action. This one's for birdie.
It's going to take a bit of a turn at the bottom there, but I don't know how much. Let's not overplay it. See what these greens
Looking
are like.
good.
Yeah, it was good.
That's pretty
yeah,
fancy.
so
Nice start.
Oh, thank you very
Basically,
much. I'll have another.
for me at least,
Gee,
I
Rich,
don't
that's a
know
positive start,
about
isn't it?
anyone else.
I can't ever recall him making a birdie and feeling bad about it. So, yes, birdie on the first. Great job.
Okay, I'm not going to hit this ball so I can finish speaking. So basically for me, if I want to lose interest in something generally, I need to do it as a job. And that's what happened with golf. I was doing it as a sport when I was younger. While I was at school, I was playing school golf, and I was playing club golf, and I was playing all of the junior things, and I was playing club tournaments and monthly mugs and club championships and all of that, and loved it. And then I decided to try and make a career out of it, and kind of lost interest because of that. So yeah, did it for 3 years though, and then I got a pretty horrific hand injury, which put me out of golf for a year because I had to have 2 operations on it. The hand injury wasn't golf related.
On this hole yesterday, and right
now
they are staring at the same number right square between the eyes.
Yeah, after about a year and the 2 operations and everything, I was still playing decent golf, but I wasn't even nearly where I used to be. So I just decided after a year of struggling to call it quits.
Putts come in many shapes and sizes. This one's a 13-footer.
The thing is I pushed that, but it's okay.
Oh, that's a great save.
Just all of that
that is a nice birdie
stress
from
and
the
strain
bunker.
of
Way to
professional golf
And after a birdie at the last,
kind
he'll
of
take
made
it on the
golf a lot less enjoyable. It just becomes a job. I think the only thing that I don't really feel that way about is YouTube. Like, this now doesn't feel like work, even though
Rich,
technically
if
it
I'm being
is.
honest, this
And
lie
making
is putrid.
videos, I love making videos, so it doesn't really feel like work. I guess editing
Looked like
feels
they were
like
swinging
work.
a
Well,
snake
that was
on a
terrible.
golf club.
Playing from rough to rough by the looks of it. Well,
And
almost.
here we are with the third shot.
Semi-rough, not too bad. But yeah, I guess editing is probably work. I would classify that as work, but recording the actual videos, I love doing that. I mean, I also
Nothing
enjoy
good
editing.
out to the
Don't get
right.
me wrong,
This
I
is
enjoy
a trouble.
that, but
Time now
it
for the
definitely is
fourth
work.
shot.
It's probably the least enjoyable part of YouTube, for me at least. Well, that and thumbnails. Editing and thumbnails, pretty bad. Q&A and actual recording and setup and that sort of thing, fine. No problem there. Ooh,
Ooh, that almost went down.
that did almost.
Well, I hope he makes this one. It's for par.
Yeah, I would
And
say
down
probably
it
editing
goes.
and
Let's head to the next. And now
Um,
that finds him in first place.
no, I can't remember what I wanted to say. By the way, my hair. I wasn't gonna say anything about it, but
Let's see what happens
I
here
was actually
on
gonna
the
stream with
fourth.
a hat, and I kind of look like, I don't know, one of those Lego characters with the hair that clicks on. Sort of looks like that because I've got very thick hair, and I generally have my hair very short because of that. So I get my hair cut really short and thinned out a lot. But since we are back to a level 4 lockdown, I haven't been able to get a haircut for quite some time.
Going with the hybrid.
And I didn't realize there was a hybrid,
Yeah,
so
good
this
swing.
is going to roll too
This
far.
one's heading up onto the green for sure.
It's okay though.
That's well played. Anything on
Two-putt
the green
par,
from there was fine.
No problem.
Outside chance of the birdie.
Yeah, so
but
I haven't had a
two-putt here
haircut for a
is
long
still
time.
Good.
With the initial...
That's the right pace. This should drop.
Here we go.
And down she
Here we go.
goes. The long range bomb.
I'll be here all
Gotta
week.
say, putting
That
this
was-
well from
that
this
was a
distance
big luck
is
shot.
a huge
But
confidence
yeah,
booster.
during the initial
And it's worth
lockdown
taking
and
another look
everything,
at that
my
one.
wife used to cut my hair. And replay of that. And yeah, I've been trying to get her to cut my hair again, but we haven't really got around to
And
it.
there's no movement on the leaderboard after that hole.
The lead continues to grow.
I've been a bit
This
busy
is
over the
simply
weekend.
Amazing.
I'm pretty sure this player will be buoyed by that birdie back at the last. Let's see if they can deliver another one.
Well, last week and over the weekend, I was busy trying to get the streaming and everything set up, getting everything built that I needed to build, and make these sort of little overlays and these sort of rotating thing up there. So if anyone gives like a super chat or a tip
Well, Rich, this looks like a
or
familiar
anything like that,
spot
I
for
think
this
it
player.
actually
Same spot as
does
yesterday,
later
looking for the same
subscribe and
result
everything as
today.
well. So that should rotate. I don't know if it works. I don't know. No subscribers, new subscribers have come through yet, so I don't really know. But yeah, I've been working on all of that and sort of the sort of layout thingies and obviously the camera mounts and all of that. So I've been working on all of the sort of software side of things, and over the weekend and last week I was working on all of the hardware things, building all of the things. So yeah, I've been pretty busy. So it's not sort of my wife's fault that I've got Lego hair. It's my fault. She offered and I just never got around to it. Right, 5-iron. This is going to have a bit of a roll on it, and it seems like it's going to pull left a little bit with the wind and the green. Let's go with that.
Opting for the 5-iron.
Bit of a curve on it, not too bad.
Come on, get a good bounce to the
everyone
left.
says that about my hair too. A Lego man. There we go. So I'm not the only one. So you know exactly what I'm talking
not a
about.
bad shot, that one.
Oh,
This
that's
one
awesome.
here, this
I
is
think
for
the only other guy
back-to-back birdies moving
that
in
I
the
also
right
know that's
direction.
got like proper Lego hair. Well, actually not anymore. He used to, but now he's got a mullet. Is Matt Malone. So I don't know if you guys follow Matt Malone on Twitch. He streams about once a month. iRacing, exclusively iRacing. Except when he's off in the
Be the ball,
winter
Danny.
months
No,
in America, then he gets off
5
work
feet coming up to the cup.
because they don't do construction or whatever. I'm not sure how it works. And yeah, then he's like 3 months at home and he streams a lot. Quite recently had a baby as well.
Gotta
So
say,
congratulations
putting
to
this well
him.
from this
But yeah, he
distance
had
is a
like
huge
really
confidence booster.
really like proper
Now,
Lego
current
hair.
leader is enjoying a
And yeah, I
7-stroke
always try and
advantage.
avoid that because my hair gets exactly like that when it gets sort of thick and long.
This hole here
But
is
now
a
he's got
par
like
4.
a full-on mullet, which is awesome. I'll never get away with a mullet. Definitely not. Usi, welcome to the stream. Haven't seen your name around yet today, so welcome. And my girlfriend had to cut my hair this afternoon. I have an interview now on Wednesday. Well, good luck with the interview. And I hope your hair came out pretty good. My wife is generally quite good with cutting hair,
Oh,
except
Luke,
for
that was
one
a stalker
occasion.
there.
One occasion, she... Oh, no.
Setting up in
I
the
mean,
bunker
she's cut
here.
my hair many
Not
times
as
over
easy
the
and
years.
straightforward as
And,
yesterday's par, so work to be done.
It's always been fine. There's never been a problem. You know, it's fine. She takes her time. I sort of guide her on what I want. Basically, what I want is I want my hair short. But I would sort of check that there's no sort of stragglers or whatever sticking out. And I would just say, can you clean up a little bit here?
Getting
Can
ready
you
to
thin
play
out a
there
little
third.
bit there? Whatever, you know, the normal. So I just sort of guide her. She's not a hairdresser or anything like that. So I just try and guide her. And it works fine. But then the one day, a couple of years ago, well, many years ago, 5 or 6 years ago now, she was cutting my hair. And, ooh, that was way too soft. I went very slow and way underpowered.
Oh my,
Why did I
that's
do
a
that?
Putrid lie.
And,
Can you get out of here?
yeah,
Well,
so,
they're in
what, ooh,
deep
what did I do
here,
now?
guys.
Oh,
Really nestled into
that
the
works.
sand trap.
Ben,
Let's see what happens.
just gave $2.39 super chat. Thank you so much, Ben. So that was €2. Thank you so much saying test. Beautiful. Oh, so that actually does work. I can see that there. Oh, that's brilliant. So thank you so much, Ben. I do appreciate that a lot. That's awesome. So I don't know. I'll have to go back in the VOD to see if it actually displayed your message on screen. I saw it brought out the little box. I don't know if it actually said test. It should, I think, say your message on there as well. There you go, it works. Thank you so much, Ben. I do appreciate that. That's awesome. So at least we know that's working properly now. And that's pretty cool. I think that's my first super chat ever. Because I've never sort of streamed on YouTube since I've been monetized, which was about a year ago. Ooh, that was decent. That's awesome. Thank you so much. That's really cool.
3 feet away.
And it's good to see that my little thingamabob
Let's
here
move on to the next.
works. That's so cool. Oh, I see the chat on screen is...
And this is quality play, still on top of the leaderboard.
Almost can't even see that. I just noticed... I'm honored. Yeah, that's awesome. So you can say you were the first guy to ever give Redonkulous Dave a super chat. I just noticed the chat in the corner there
in the tail, I imagine.
Is like super... What do they call it? Actually, I can have a look at that real quick. Overlays. Because I'm using Stream Elements, again, for the first time ever. I used to use Stream Labs, but I decided to go for Stream Elements because even though it's more complex, I think it's more... I can do more with it, if that makes any sense. Yeah, so I was hoping for the box. So if I do that, you'll see what I mean. So that is sort of a black box, and it should have the chat in it, although I sort of refreshed it now, so it's not going to have any chat in it. But I wanted the whole box to be... Is it opaque? Is that the word? Opaque? I don't know. And the chat to be bright, because that's how I used to have it back in the day on Twitch. So I'm just going to... That all pans out, how that works. Yeah, because I sort of want the background to not be visible at all and have the text to be bright. And obviously, Stream Elements is not in the mood to do that. So it actually makes everything opaque, which is not ideal. Alright, so we've got a strong headwind. With a 3-wood, we'll get a bit of a roll. 10 under at the moment. So what are we, 2 under today?
Hope it gets a good kick to the left.
Pushed it a bit. Pretty decent, I guess.
Now that looked pretty good the whole way. Oh, this
so
will be
yeah,
good for the momentum. Let's make this birdie putt.
Golf going all right. And Ben, you mentioned... Oh,
well, what a way to bounce back.
It actually
nice
went in there.
To hole.
Oh, I was saying about my hair. So she was cutting my hair
after that one,
and she was using the clippers on the side, and it was like a number 2, so it was really short, just cleaning up on the sides and everything. And she got distracted for a second and took out like a big chunk right in the middle of my hair, sort of where this headphone thing is sitting. Took out like a big chunk right into the middle, and there was this big gap. The day before my sister's wedding. So out of all the times that she cut my hair and everything was fine, she decided to mess up once, literally the afternoon before my sister's wedding, where I had to go stand in front of a couple of 100 people and give a speech with the big gap in my hair.
They had a good result
so that was
yesterday.
Fun.
Can't see why they wouldn't have another good one today.
I also messed up the speech. Probably because I wasn't exactly... I didn't really know what to say. And I wasn't supposed to go first. But then on the day,
going with the 6
they changed some things around. So I was the very first person to speak. As if I wasn't... Because I don't do speeches. I'm quite a bubbly person.
A little wayward.
I talk a lot, obviously. I mean, you've been in the stream.
From the first cut here,
I talk a lot, but I don't like being on a stage talking to people. I don't like that. It makes me very nervous, and I panic. And I basically panicked to the point where when they said, "Oh, it's David's time for his toast," I just went blank. I was like, I mean, I was probably a little bit underprepared. I mean, I had an idea of what I wanted to say and everything, but I was just like, I started rambling. And it was a disaster, and I didn't know what to say. And then I forgot to actually do the toast at the end. I just basically finished my speech and went, "Thank you." Why? Why would I do that? I didn't take my champagne with, so I couldn't do the toast. So I literally just stood there, gave a speech, and just went, "Thank you," and left. And it was like, the best man ran up afterwards, and I was like, he started doing the toast thing, and yeah, it was it was a disaster. I still get nightmares about that day. Quite often, actually. So, but it's fine. It's a memorable moment. Things happen.
What's this
whatever.
one looking like?
It's fine.
I'm not seeing a whole lot of ball.
I mean, no one remembers anyone else's speeches. They remember mine
with this one.
because it was terrible, but they still remember it. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, speech,
Here's a chance
hair,
to get up and down from the green side bunker.
thank you.
Well, look, they
all of that.
birdied the hole yesterday.
It just made
Good
for a
luck
very
today on
memorable
repeating that
moment.
birdie.
Just
Okay,
underpowered
phase
that.
one complete. You gotta
I
make
mean,
a
we're
good
doing.
putt here.
I'm not playing great,
7 feet
but
to
we're
the
doing
cup.
okay.
It's on a good line.
Oh no.
Oh, just missed.
Oh, this is for
Putting for
bogey.
bogey.
Just spoke too quick. I should rather just say nothing. Yeah,
Lovely
so
position for our leader
tomorrow
here, Rich, out in front, but
I
a few
am
holes
gonna
to go.
try and catch up.
Absolutely, you dream of being in this position.
back
Ahead
nine.
by a bunch.
I didn't
with
see
just
what
a few
second
holes
place
to go.
was there, but I
Sit
think
back,
we're ahead
relax,
with like
and
1 or
enjoy
2
the
shots.
view.
So tomorrow I'm gonna try and catch up.
It's like that ball had a magnet in it for the bunker. Here we are in
And
the fairway bunker.
well, catch up
Can
on
they execute a good
recordings.
shot?
It's going to be challenging to replicate the birdie from yesterday.
Ew. Oh, the commentators actually remember your score from yesterday. That's pretty cool. Ooh, that's curving in nicely. It just doesn't have the legs. Almost. Not a bad
That's
shot.
A handy shot.
Yeah,
Line up
so
the birdie putt here.
Good stuff today, especially the short game has been really sharp today.
curve in.
Oh,
Oh,
so
I think
close.
it's just a bit too much power.
Well, I don't mind this
They were
par
all
putt.
family and friends. I'm sure they just thought it was funny. Yeah, most people were just like, yeah, that was funny. And it was fine though. I mean, some of the
Well,
people I didn't
let's
know
move
because
on.
it's like my brother-in-law's family, which I didn't know at all. But it's fine
Our leader
because
is out in front
I
by
still don't know a lot of
5
them,
strokes.
but they know me. So it's fine. I don't. I mean,
We've reached the
I don't
11th
know.
hole,
It was,
and the tee is
it was
yours.
so bad. It was so bad. But it was. I mean, it was sort of, you know, the bad in a good way. That was basically it. It was bad in a good way. So
One win is good.
I
2
mean,
wins would be great.
no one takes me too serious anyway. So it's fine.
Opting for the 5-wood.
It was
Nothing
fun though.
good out on the right-hand side.
That was a
Look,
good wedding.
This headed for
My
trouble.
wife and I had a small wedding. We only
This
had
would be a great up and down. Go ahead and make
55 people, I think it was. And it was a garden wedding. It was beautiful, though. It was absolutely beautiful. It was the perfect day, and everything was in flower. It was gorgeous. It was such a beautiful day for a garden wedding. And it was 11 o'clock in the morning. It's just, oh, that was a great day.
Ooh, almost went in.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, we've been
Well, this would be
married
a great par putt if you
for
can make this.
about 4.5 years now. But we've known each other for 13.5 years. So, yeah, coming up to 14 years.
Nice
So we've known
stroke.
each other for a very, very long time.
That was a
Oh,
gallant
that was so
attempt.
close. Was that for
Bogey putt
Oh,
coming
that
up
was
here.
for par. Goodness, yeah, we're
And
losing
after this
losing
hole,
ground.
that's how it
Let me
looks.
have a look at the scorecard. 9
now,
under.
4 shots up after that hole.
4 shots up. Oh no, we're way in the lead. Pff, it's fine.
Let's see what happens here at the 12th.
Yeah, we were high school sweethearts, and we did sort of go our own ways for about 6 years, and yeah, basically because she went to Australia, and I didn't. But yeah, when she eventually came back, actually just for a holiday, we met up again, and yeah, just sort of carried on where we left off, and a couple of years later we got married, and yeah, here we are, like 14 years later, and yeah, it's good, very good. Kind of like marrying your best friend. It's that situation. Honestly, it's that situation. I'm not just saying that. is really like marrying your best friend. Because we were so young when we met that we were actually just friends. You know, we didn't really know any better. We were literally just friends. We were so young. And
Didn't that look good for a long time?
yeah, so it's fun though. We have a lot of fun.
Well done.
Even in the bad times. Which is very important.
And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after
My
that.
wife's uncle stood up and rambled on about how much he hates the English and how Scots were always drunk. To a barn full of Brits. One of the highlights. I would pay to see that. I would absolutely pay to see that. Now that is a moment that you had to get on camera and post it on YouTube. Ah, you'd get so many views. That is brilliant. Oh, that was way too slow. That's going in the water. Please sit in the rough. Oh, it did.
Bit disappointing, that one.
Yeah, it's fine.
John's down on the course and
that
have a
is
better look at this
that
line.
is so good. I feel so much better now.
The deep stuff here.
At least mine, I didn't really
favorable lie
sort of rant on about anyone. I made everyone feel very good. So
and
that's
here
awesome.
We are with the third
We
shot.
filmed more
Pretty good win.
of the whole
back
thing. We
into the
wish we
player's
filmed more of
face.
the whole thing. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. But that's a memory though. That is a memory. Because I mean, I don't know too much about the history of that, but I do know that the French and the English don't get along too well. So yeah. Man, that's good.
Going with the 9-iron, I think.
Yeah, so something that
This one needs to
I
keep
mean,
left.
I was gonna farm tonight,
Yeah, not a bad
but
effort, that one. Up onto the green,
again, I had a bit of
chance to hold your putt.
a mentally taxing day.
And this
Oh,
putt
and
is
I'm
for a
gonna
big
get
four
to
on the
tomorrow,
scorecard.
catching up with the videos. I had a bit of a mentally taxing day. I seem to have a lot of those lately, but it's just down to the situation we're in, which sucks. But
Oh, what a
I just
great
didn't
stroke.
have the mental capacity to
Just
start
3
a
feet to the
farm
cup.
tonight. So I was just like, nope, we're gonna play golf. But I
Job
really
done.
want
Let's
to
head to the
get
next.
back into day Z. So, well, if I say back into day Z, I've only got about
Currently in first
4
position.
hours in day Z because I only started playing it like a couple of weeks ago. But I am
we find
whitelisted.
ourselves
If
on the tee of a
anyone
par 4.
knows what the Musty Gusset server is on day Z, I am whitelisted on that, and I have played about 4 hours. I learned to play, well, I am learning to play
This one
DayZ on
should
that
find the
server,
rough.
and it's a great server. It's a heavily
This line's not
modded
great.
server that is
Birdie on
run
this hole
by the
yesterday, but
ZF
highly
clan.
doubtful
And,
from the lie they have today.
The most
be
noticeable
going with
person,
the
if you don't know
hybrid
who the ZF clan is, the most notable person is probably going to be
Quite have the
Soviet
right
Womble.
stuff there.
And
Can't fault him there. This
I love
rough
him.
is
He's
nasty.
such
No fault in
a
missing the
funny
green.
guy, and the whole clan is really. So Soviet Womble on YouTube, he's got sort of, he puts out like a video every 2 months, because it takes a lot of editing work for the type of videos that he does, and but they are so good. They are so good and so funny, and he streams a lot on Twitch, and
Just
they
a
are
4-footer
currently
remaining.
playing
Don't want to
the
miss it. Could be costly.
DayZ Musty
It's
Gusset.
half a chance of being home this
And
one.
him and the clan, and there's a
Yeah,
lot
nothing
of
to sweat
viewers
over
and
that
things
one,
in
we'll
there as
hold.
well, and I am actually on
So
the
no change on the
whitelist for
leaderboard
that,
for this
so I
player
have
after
played
that
a little
hole.
bit. I haven't actually come in contact
Welcome to
with
the
anyone yet.
tee at this par
But,
5 hole. Go
Yeah, it's
get
quite
up.
fun. I do enjoy survival games a lot. I used to play quite a bit of H1Z1 back in the day. I don't think that
This
even
one looks
exists
to be
anymore. I
heading
think
for
it
the
was removed
sanctuary
out
of
of
the
my
fairway.
Steam library. So that's where I sort
Sitting
of got
at
into
9
that
under
sort of
par.
genre of gaming.
Currently in top spot.
Never really streamed it or anything, but played quite a few hours of it and enjoyed it a lot, especially playing with friends and things. It's
it might
really
be
fun
ambitious
playing
to
with
some.
people that you know in like a
They're going for
Discord
the
server,
green.
and you roam around together and yeah, just sort of survive.
Well,
And
that's a
I
tremendous
think
shot
the
and sets up
closest
a
thing
wonderful
that
opportunity.
Always
yeah, I
like the
could really
aggressive
get to the
play,
H1Z1
going forward and two, get
experience is
rewarded
the
for it.
DayZ, and I guess everything sort
Well,
of
this is exciting,
started
a
from
putt for an
DayZ,
eagle.
to be honest, or the DayZ mod at least. And yeah, I played about 4 hours of it. I haven't had a lot of
Outstanding to
time,
make the
obviously. And
Just a simple tap in for birdie.
I'm enjoying it.
Just a small
My first
sliver
character
of a
only
lead.
lived for
This
an
could
hour
go
and 8
any
minutes, though.
different direction down the stretch.
Then I died. I died to a
Our
freaking
current
zombie.
leader is up by
I mean, come on.
3 shots.
If I died to a person, it would have
3
been
holes
fine.
remaining.
But I literally just got
This
pinned
is
in a
getting
door.
Awfully.
It was a bit of a glitch. I sort of ran into a building, turned around, closed the door, and a zombie grabbed me through the door. And, oh no, I lie. I survived that encounter. Where I closed the door, a zombie grabbed me sort of through the door and glitched through the door, and I couldn't run, and I couldn't hit him, and I couldn't do anything. And, I was just sort of stuck, and the zombie attacked me, and I sort of got cuts and everything, and I basically, you get shock damage. So my character basically passed out, and I was lying on the floor, but it's apparently a new thing in that server or in the game or something. I don't know how that all works. That if you pass out, a zombie will actually leave you alone and sort of roam off. So I just laid there and did nothing until I didn't hear the zombie anymore. And I got up and I ran inside, closed the doors, and I was fine. Because I had some rags and things to cover up the wounds. And yeah, I had a lot of blood loss. So I was playing in sort of a black and white game for a long time until the blood and everything recovered. But the first time I died, I didn't know how to use a hammer. So I had a sledgehammer and I was running through a field and a zombie sort of attacked me. And I was quite heavy with gear, so I couldn't run. I was out of stamina. And I was standing with a hammer and I couldn't figure out how to hit the zombie, so it just killed me in a field. So, yeah, that was quite an embarrassing day. But I do like that sort of games. They're very, very fun.
I know who I like.
Again, a lot more fun playing with someone that you know. Unfortunately, I don't know anyone that plays those sort of games.
I like to attack it. What do they like to do?
Everyone that I used to play with sort of moved on. They moved on to different games, or some of them don't even play PC games anymore. They went over to console or whatever. So, yeah, unfortunately, that's sort of... I mean, I could probably do... That was kind of what the Discord server was supposed to be. Is sort of finding people to play games with. But unfortunately, I got so busy with just life that
well, you can see why he's leading.
I couldn't really get around to just playing games for the fun of it. I always had to be recording something. And that's what I was getting to. Tomorrow I need to catch up with recordings. I need to do like, I need to try and do like 3 or 4 recordings tomorrow, so I have enough to carry me over for
good luck.
At least a week or so. I did a recording today that is going to go out on Wednesday. So for those of you who don't know, I got a very, very kind shout out from Daggerwin over the weekend, which gave the channel a good 200 plus subscriber boost almost instantly, which was fantastic, and like a 6,000 view boost.
Shot from our leader.
I mean, that'll definitely settle down again.
Was that a massive
but
drive there? Holy
very, very
cow.
appreciative of Daggerwin doing that. And yeah, that was amazing. But what was I saying? I can't even remember what I was getting to. But anyway, yeah, that was really cool of him to do that. I can't remember what my thought train was and where I was going with that, but I'm sure I'll remember.
Has got this thing dialed
oh,
in
yes,
here.
that's what I was going to say. So the video that released earlier today, I didn't mention the shout-out. That's because that video was recorded last week. The video coming up on Wednesday is the video... Oh, we're on the final hole to win the event, so I'm not going to putt that. So the video that is going out on Wednesday... So if you're wondering, if you saw that I got the shout out and you were wondering in today's video why I didn't say anything about it, it's because I didn't know about it yet. This video was recorded like last week, Thursday or Friday. I think Friday. And the shout out happened on Saturday. So I'm only going to mention the shout out on Wednesday's video, which I recorded today. So that is rendered or recorded and edited and rendered and uploaded and everything. I did all of that today to get me to Wednesday so that I can use Tuesday, which is tomorrow, to record a couple of other videos to carry me over sort of to like next week Monday, so that I can do a bit more streaming and things in between for you guys.
Well, Rich,
and
so winning becomes a habit, and this player's certainly making a habit of it.
Second win of the season.
Well
playing
done,
awfully well at the moment. Let's see if they can keep up this good run of form.
Okay, we're going to skip that. That wasn't like an exceptional putt.
Well, on behalf of myself, Rich Beam, and all the hard-working folks at HB Studios, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you. Beautiful. Yeah. So, yeah, there's just a lot going on behind the scenes right now, and a lot of that was 12 under, 7 under. I don't know if I want to bump up the difficulty. I mean, it's not like we're running away. I mean, it's 5 shots. I guess we kind of are. Let's see what the next event is. East Coast Classic, TPC Sawgrass. Okay, so that's quite a difficult course. So let's see how things go on this course. If we still win it by a mile, we'll ramp it up. So we won that one by 5 shots. I think the one before that we won by, what was it, 2 shots? So let's see how it goes. But anyway, yeah, there's a lot of unsurety going on at the moment. Sort of the IRL stuff. I don't really know what's going to happen. I do delve into that a little bit on Wednesday's episode of
Tour are proud to bring you today's event.
The Survival Series.
We're here at the East Coast Classic, and our coverage is about to start.
Right.
Delighted you're able to join us for this first round action.
Let's kick this off with a drive straight into the water.
Rich, the way this player's been going, you can see a PGA Tour future in their near future.
What a great line.
Absolutely. They've been solid all year long, and it doesn't look like we will see them on the Corn Ferry Tour next year, because they should progress to the PGA Tour next year. No doubts about it in my mind.
If we win this event,
to be a good day. Can't wait to see what happens.
If we win
nice
this
to see this
today,
one go down. Let's see if they make it.
No, I brought it down too much and I didn't hit it.
Can make this one. It's for par.
This is for par. That's fine. Solid start.
Oh, that's pure heart.
Solid start. No problem.
To make that putt.
It was off the tee with their tee shot. Nice save.
That's indeed. A nice clubhouse.
He's currently tied for 7th.
That's a very nice clubhouse.
Here we are at the second tee.
Tied for 7th. Okay. Yeah. So what was I saying? I keep on losing my train of thought. Oh yes. Yeah. Things are busy
great swing
at the moment. Unfortunately, not busy in terms of work, just busy in terms of trying to figure out
this shot here
what
from
to do.
About 240
so
yards.
yeah, I do delve into that a little bit on Wednesday's video. So if you, well, you'll have to wait till Wednesday to see all of that. But oh yeah, Discord. So that was the plan with Discord, was to sort of find people to play games with, because, like I say, everyone that I ever sort of played with don't either game anymore, don't have PCs anymore for whatever reason, or just don't have the time anymore, or we just lost contact or whatever. And the whole idea with the Discord and everything was to try and find other people to game with, but I just never really had the time, and the Discord never really grew. It's so difficult to grow. It's kind of like a YouTube channel where people will follow people just because other people follow them.
Let's head to the next.
So people would be a lot more likely to subscribe to a YouTube channel that's got 100,000 subscribers
for the day,
regardless of the content. So if you take the exact same content and put it on 2 channels, and one of them has 100,000 subscribers or 500,000 subscribers or whatever, and the other one has 600 subscribers. Most people won't subscribe to the one with 600 subscribers, but they would subscribe to the one with 100,000 or 500,000, even if the content is exactly the same, because people just have that sort of follower nature. And I mean, I understand that. I've done that many times myself, where I find someone and it's like, oh, this guy's content is pretty good, but I never subscribe because he's only got, like, 200 subscribers or whatever. And it's wrong, but it's human nature. And it was sort of, that's why YouTube is so difficult. And it's sort of the same thing with Discord. People
this would be a great up and down.
Join the Discord server. You're like, oh, join the Discord server, and people join it. And as soon as they get in there and they're like, oh, there's only 6 people here, they just leave. So it's very, very difficult to grow it if you don't have a massive following somewhere else.
He has this to save his par.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only place that I find easy to grow is TikTok. TikTok is quite easy. It doesn't really matter what you post.
This is a good chance.
You're going to grow.
Oh, gee, that line
the thing is, it's really difficult to move those people over to another platform. which again creates a problem. Because I know of people that's got
down the leaderboard, that's not the direction
50,000 subscribers. I actually know of one specific guy that's got 50,000, well, 51,000 followers on TikTok.
Yeah, I can understand.
And
you're disappointed
he could
by the bogey.
move a total of
opportunity to bounce back.
320 of those people to his YouTube channel. So, not easy. Not easy at all. It's like Dre. I don't know if you guys know Dre. He's a big YouTuber. I think he's got about 2 million followers or subscribers on YouTube. Big YouTuber, great YouTuber. He's very, very good. Plays a huge range of games. Very entertaining guy.
Some bad ones.
But he streams on Twitch. Actually, I haven't seen him stream on Twitch for a long time. I don't know if he even does it anymore. But 2 million subscribers on YouTube. And if I remember correctly, I think it's 2 million.
Setting up here with
But
a very long
it's a
putt.
lot. But streaming on Twitch, he's only usually able to move around 100 viewers over to his Twitch account. That says a lot, going from 2 million down to 100 just because you're on a different platform. It's tough. It's difficult to do that. And that was basically the problem for me with Discord. The channel never really grew, which was a pity.
Look at this.
Yeah, close.
Let's come up short.
Can't believe he did that. That drives you bonkers as a player.
Right.
And that puddle.
So I think we're still even par. This is a tough course.
And that par
This
ensures
is
he'll stay right there at
Definitely
even
not
par.
easy. Right, everything seems to still be running okay. Yep. YouTube
time
is
to
still
begin
yelling
this
at me
powerful
for
hole.
streaming in 12,000 bit rate instead of 4,500 like they suggest, but I'm kind of thinking that on 4,500 you probably won't be able to even see the golf ball.
Oh, good drive. That
I think
one
I
should
used
find the
to,
fairway.
when I tried to stream on YouTube like once,
Lining up from around
about 2 years ago,
160 yards. 4 shots behind our
I think
leader.
I used 8,000, but this time I just went for 12,000 because, well, why not? YouTube can scale it down, so it's fine. Right, let's land this sort of here. Try and get this close.
Going with
I
the
keep
7.
pushing it out.
This one could take a little bounce to the left.
Looking at the controller at the moment,
And
for
this
some
putt
reason that
to
made
move
me
into
think
the
about
top 5 on the
rugby.
leaderboard.
I would love to have a proper rugby game again. I do enjoy. I don't really watch.
This one's online.
Oh, there we go. I don't really
Fair effort there. Good
watch
birdie.
much
To the top
rugby.
5 he
I don't watch
goes.
club rugby. I would watch international rugby. Like I do watch
Our current
the
leader is enjoying a
the
one-shot
tour at the
lead.
moment, or I try to. The South Africa against the British and Irish Lions. Although they're still the British and Irish Lions are still
And now
playing
teeing
the
off on this par
South
4 hole.
African sort of club
Well, there's no
teams
doubt
at the
they have some
moment,
positive
like
vibes coming off that
the
birdie. Let's
the
see if
South
they can keep
African
it rolling.
Lions and the, I think they're playing the Sharks, and who else are they playing? The Pumas, maybe? I'm not sure who they're playing, and South Africa is playing Georgia at the moment in 2 warm-up matches. So I do like international rugby, or something big like the British and
Nicely
Irish
done.
Lions once every 12
Time for the
years.
second
I would
shot
watch
here
that.
at
I
the
would watch
6th.
the World Cups. I would watch what used to be the Tri-Nations. I don't even know if that exists anymore because I fell behind with sport. But I do like international rugby, but there hasn't really been a decent rugby game for a very, very
Oh,
long
look at
time.
this.
Oh,
Right down the
that-
throat.
that's a guaranteed
Well,
birdie right
Take
there.
notes, folks.
Beautiful.
That's how you do it.
Already made a
Yeah, I
few
would love
birdies
a
today,
good
and this
rugby
is
game again.
another
And a
good
good
look.
cricket game. There used to be some
Currently
really good
2
cricket
under for the
games,
event.
but
Gotta like it.
not
Moving
really
up
as
the
of late.
leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
although there is a new one,
Always positive
Cricket
coming off a birdie. Let's
2020
see
or
what happens here.
something, but it's so freaking expensive. So there's no way I'm paying that for a cricket game, and I don't know how good it is. So
That
yeah,
doggle hunt.
Playing from around 150 yards here.
talk about
only a few shots
falling
off the
behind with
pace.
sport. I haven't watched Formula 1 since 2019, and I love racing. I'm big racing fan.
Opting for the 9-iron.
Sorry. Yeah, so
A wonderful shot here at the 7th and sets up another birdie chance. Hang on, this looks
I
pretty
haven't
handy.
watched. I watched the
And
2019
with that,
season.
That's
I
their fourth birdie.
recorded
And that will take him to
um,
3 under. The
the.
leader now has a 1-stroke advantage.
I'm just listening what they're saying.
This
I
hole is a
recorded the
par
entire
three. Is it one you
2020
should
season,
attack
including
or
all
play
of
the
the
smart
practice
shot?
sessions and everything, and I watched. Oh, I think I watched the start of practice 1 of the first race of 2020, and never got around to it again. And by the time I sort of got around to it where I had a bit of time, the season was over and the 2021 season was starting. And then it was just like, nope, just I
Go
told
with
my
the
wife
3-wood
just
here.
delete all of it, and
Trying to get it to
because
move a little
we
bit
didn't
to the
have
left
space
here.
on the sort of PVR thing. I think overseas it's called a DVR. In South
Outstanding
Africa it's called a
approach shot.
PVR.
Second spot on the leaderboard, or at least a share of it. If you can
So
hold this.
we were running out of space,
Looks
or
good off
she
the
was
blade.
running out of space. I don't really watch TV. I don't
3
watch
feet to
TV at
go
all.
here to the hole.
And so she just records all of her stuff on it.
And down
And my
it
Formula
goes.
1 was taking
Let's
up all
head
of
to
the
the
space, so
next.
I just said delete all of it, and she said, does she need to record the new season? I just, nah,
Just 2 shots back
couldn't
after
be
that
bothered.
hole.
I'll watch next year when they have the regulation changes. If they had the regulation
arrived
changes
at a
this
par
year, I would have
5.
watched it. But, yeah, at the moment I don't find it that interesting. Not watched F1 since it went off normal TV. You have to get an extra package or something to watch it in Europe, I think it is. I know
Oh,
it was
that
that way when
sounded
we lived there. We had to
absolutely
get the
flushed.
Sky Sports package or something, which was freaking expensive.
Already with
Tell you that
multiple
much.
victories this
To get the
season.
Formula 1 channel and to get the Formula 1 broadcast and everything. So, yeah, we got it in a pretty good deal. But if you get it just as an upgrade on a standard package,
This one might roll into
it's
the rough.
expensive. It's really expensive. But we got a really good deal, especially when we were in Northern Ireland. When we went to Republic of
And here
Ireland,
we
we
are
didn't
with
have a
the
great
third
deal.
shot.
But
2
in
strokes
Northern
off the
Ireland,
lead.
because we were first time ever customers, effectively, with Sky, we got the... Oh, what was it? It was Sky, the normal Sky package, with the box sets, with the movies or something, with our internet. We actually got our internet as well. All for £33. I was like, "Phew, that's cheap." And we got a router and a new aerial, and that was installation and everything included. Oh, and we got a phone
This is a
line,
ball striking
which we
clinic
got
with
like
another
3
green
minutes
and
on
red
the
here.
landline. Not that
This putt
we
coming
ever
up,
even
is for
connected a
birdie.
phone to it, but we got
Mark it
a
down, that's
super
birdie
deal
number 5.
with
And
Sky
that will take him to 4
originally, and it
under.
was a pretty good internet connection.
Our
It was
leader
a
is
70
couple of shots
megabyte
up at
connection or
this
something.
stage.
So, which at the
Lovely
time
momentum for
was
this
great.
player
For
after that
all that
birdie
for
at the last hole.
£33.
Keep it rolling.
Uncapped internet and all. It was like, that was a good deal. When we went to Republic of Ireland, we didn't get a great deal. We got one of
That's
these
a
sort of
touch of the
package
Freddie
things
Couples
where you
rhythm
don't
right
get
there.
all of the sport channels, but we can choose some of them or something.
Time
I
for
don't
the
know, my
second
wife
shot
set all of that
at
up,
the
so
10th.
I just know we had, in Ireland, we had like a dedicated Formula 1 channel, which was only Formula 1, and when there wasn't Formula 1 on, they would show sort of old races and things. That was really cool. I used to like watching that, but the price like doubled
Chosen the pitching wedge here.
with the internet and everything, so
Great looking shot this.
yeah, not such a
Wow,
great deal.
What a shot.
But
Made birdie on
I
the
remember
last,
it's quite
looking
an
for a
expensive
second
thing
in
if
a
you
row
want to
here.
add Sky Sports.
Oh,
At
what a
least
stroke.
in Northern
And down
Ireland.
it goes. So
It was
that's
quite
back-to-back
expensive. I don't know about
birdies.
other parts.
And with
And
that,
I don't know
he'll
in
move to 5 under par.
in France if you guys
that makes
have
him
Sky
tied for
or
first.
how that works.
Always
actually.
like to see your name moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad
Okay, I
thing.
think we are tied first. We are
Teeing off
indeed
here at
tied
the 11th.
first.
That swing
But
reminded
yeah, I'll
me
see how the
of
Formula 1 goes. I'll
smooth
watch the
jazz.
first couple of
Great
races next year and see how all of that turns out. And see whether I'll start following it again or not. The thing is, over here, we don't get things
Well,
like
this one looks
NASCAR.
like it's heading
And
to the
I
sand.
actually really enjoy NASCAR. I
Getting
know
ready
it's
to
only
play
turning
their
left
third.
all the time, but I actually really do enjoy some of the American racing. I mean, I enjoy most forms of racing, so it probably makes sense that I enjoy American racing. Or American forms of racing. Let's go with that. See how that goes. But yeah, even NASCAR and things, I do enjoy that a lot. But we don't get it
Looks
here.
like a 24-foot putt.
Although we did recently, I think, get ESPN again. We didn't have ESPN for years. But I don't know if they broadcast NASCAR on ESPN. Again, I don't watch TV, so I don't really know, but I should actually check that. I do enjoy touring cars, GT cars, that sort of thing.
Just keeping it in neutral on the leaderboard.
GT3s, GTEs, but again, we don't get much of that. So I don't really get to watch that, even if I wanted to.
Beautiful swing there.
I would like to. But yeah.
Time for the second shot at the 12.
Sort of same thing with golf, I guess. I only watch the majors. I don't watch golf anymore. I don't watch any. I don't have time to watch anything anymore. Everything is just one big rush. That's why I miss Ireland. Ireland was so chill. We had so much time, just free time.
Almost a gimme birdie there, Luke. Fantastic.
Here we don't have that.
Always
Here
nice
it's
to
just
hold those for a birdie.
working
And that will take him to 6
permanently.
under.
Staying busy
He's currently sitting
permanently.
in
Oh, we're
first
in the lead.
place.
The lead is
McDormand
getting
and Leslie
bigger
and
and
Paul
bigger.
and Leclerc. Not Charles Leclerc, Felipe
Let's see what happens
Leclerc.
here at the 13th.
Yeah, but we might actually get to Ireland soon. I know I said that in a video a couple of months ago, but unfortunately that whole plan got sidetracked by
Going with
COVID
the 5-iron
regulations.
here.
It sort of stopped
This
everything
one might
dead
need
in
to
the
get down a
water.
little.
But
putt is for a
there's
big
a
2 on the
serious
scorecard.
possibility
Short
that we
game has
might
been
be
absolutely fantastic today.
leaving soon. At least my wife and I, for now. Parents will probably be soon to follow.
Okay,
But it's
steady
something
now.
that I don't really want to
Well, this would
elaborate
be a
too
good one
much
to make. It's
because,
for par.
yeah, I
well
don't want to
hold.
make a habit
Let's move on to
of
the next.
saying something and then it doesn't
And
happen.
this is quality play,
But-
still on top of the leaderboard.
I don't know. I don't really see a way out
arrived
of this
at a
one,
par
to be
4.
honest. Well, last time we weren't looking for a way out, sort of out of the situation. Last time we were very eager to go to Ireland, but we got stopped because of COVID
This looks to be
regulations.
heading
But
for the cut stuff.
this time around,
Time for the
I
second
don't
shot
think
at the
we're actually going to
14th.
have a choice here. We kind of have to go. And to be honest, at the moment, I don't really want to go because there's not a lot of work available. So if we go now, it'd be very, very, very scary because we don't have...
Looks like they've got the 5
I mean,
wood.
by the time we get there and we've paid for quarantine and all of that sort of thing for 2 weeks, which is
Terrific
very
shot.
expensive,
And a chance for birdie coming up here
we
at the
won't
14th.
have sort of cash flow. We won't have any surplus of money
That's
built up
8 birdies
to
today.
keep us going.
And with that,
Last time
moved
we
to
moved
7
to
under.
Ireland, we had
Incredible.
like 6 months worth
Still in the
of
lead
money
now after that hole.
to keep us going. So I had basically 6 months to find a job. This
And they'll be
time,
feeling buoyed
I'll
with
have like
confidence
6
after
days
that
to
birdie.
find a job.
Here's a good chance to maintain
In fact,
the
I
momentum.
probably won't even have 6 days. What's the plan? Just sell up and start again? Basically, yeah. Because at the moment, I'm going to be very honest. If we don't
This one's looking
sell
good
up
off
and
the tee.
leave,
That should find the short stuff.
we're probably going to
Second
lose
shot
it
here
anyway.
on the 15th.
So it's better to sell and leave than to have everything repossessed and then not even being able to leave. So that is unfortunately the reality of the situation. It's a really bad situation, like a really bad situation, and one that I'm not really sure how we're going to deal with it. Like I say, my parents will probably stay behind to see if they can salvage anything. We have our doubts. They have their doubts.
Any
but
bounce to the left here
It's
would be
basically
helpful.
better for Monique and I to, if we can sell up and we can go
Not a bad
there
approach,
and
that
try
one, up
and
onto the
just
green.
establish
Couple of putts from there,
something.
and that'll be a pretty
Because
good
I've got
hole.
an Irish passport.
Birdie at the last.
So
is
does my
for
dad.
Another.
Monique has got an Australian passport. My mom only a South African passport. So it's easy for myself and my dad to get there because Monique and I are married. It's easy for her to get there as well. So the same for my mom and my dad. So at least it's easy for us to get there. The expensive thing, unfortunately, at the moment is the quarantining. That's why we don't really want to go now, because we're going to spend basically
And they'll
all
walk
of our
away with a
money just
par
paying
on
for
this one.
quarantine.
And after that effort,
So
let's take a look at how it stands.
that is not ideal, obviously.
Now 2
But
shots up
what
after
we
that
sort
one.
of thinking, and we spoke about it again just before I started streaming, and that's why I decided not to farm, because mental
Welcome to this
capacity,
par 5 hole.
you know, it's just not really there, or the mental mindset. I decided to just chill with golf. We're basically thinking that if Monique and I go over, and we can
Nicely
at least
done.
just get settled, get
Playing
a,
from around 230
you know, get into a house, rent, get a job wherever we can, or wherever I can. She needs to go through some processes before she can apply for a job. The problem is it's kind of backwards. There's a lot of work for her. There's nothing for me. So it's going to be very difficult for me to find a job, but I'm the only one allowed to get a job. She needs to get her paperwork and everything in order before she's allowed to even apply for a job. So yeah, it's a bit frustrating because all the work that's available is for her. She'll find a job really easy. Where,
well, that's
I mean, I've been
I'd
self-employed
tell you,
for most of
dream
my life,
about
so
days like
it's
today,
really hard for someone
greens
like
and
me to find a
regulation,
job.
Spot on all
But
day.
I
Awesome.
underhit that. That would have been in. That was a
that
perfect
putt
line
just
as well.
was never hit hard
We're doing
enough.
fine though.
Sometimes you try and get it up the hill. You just
So basically,
forget
what
to
we
hit
said,
it
if we
sometimes.
can
It seems
get
so in this
set up
case.
and things do turn really bad.
Sitting
Oh, that
at
was an
-8
eagle
for the
putt that
day.
anyway, we can at least then my parents have something to fall back on. So,
Let's see what
and they
happens here
probably
at the
will have to
17th.
fall back on that. Where if we stay and things go bad, then it goes bad for all of us. And then none of us can go anywhere because we're going to find the money for it. Where if the two of us go, at least then we can start generating an income over there and then help my parents. So if the inevitable, what seems like the inevitable happens, we can help them to get out financially. And yeah, the problem is at the moment, it would make sense to sell everything and all of us leave. That would be best case scenario, because that would make life a lot easier for all of us. The problem is it's not a house, it's a lodge. And lodges don't sell.
8 days a week, that rhythm works.
So it's like, put the place on
Pay
the market.
attention, folks.
It doesn't
That's
mean
how you
anything
play
because you can't
this
get
one here,
a bank
this is
loan
for back-to-back birdies, moving him in the
for
right direction.
a lodge. I mean, it's a
And
small
another
lodge.
one goes, and with it,
But
an increase of his lead.
You can't get
Give
a
it a
bank
row
loan.
there,
Banks
look,
won't
get
give a
their
loan
groove
to a
on.
lodge because it's high risk.
Managing to maintain
And
their position
it'll
on
have
the
to be a
leaderboard
cash
after
buyer.
that effort.
So, but you're not going to get a cash buyer because anyone with that sort of money to buy even a small lodge
Playing this shot from
won't
about
put their money
170
into a
yards
lodge
out.
because it's too risky and there's no market at the moment. That's why we're in trouble. So it's almost impossible to sell it. In fact, it's completely impossible to sell it. And we don't own it outright. We still owe a lot of money on it. Well, my parents do. So I used to be part of all of us used to be equal shares in the business. But again, when COVID hit,
Looks to be
we
going with the
decided that
6-iron.
it's safer for Monique and I to
Yep, that one's on the
retract
dance floor. You can
from the
two-putt that
business.
for
So we
sure.
signed our shares back to
16
the business.
feet
We
to the
don't own
hole.
anything in the business because the likelihood of the business going down was high. And if that goes down, we would not be able to ever buy a house or
Go on,
anything
get
like
in
that.
the hole.
So
Round now in the books.
yeah, we
Good luck
tried to sort of
next time.
keep Monique and I clean as much as possible, get out of the business, all of that sort of thing.
So there
And
you have it. In
then
the
we
house,
can sort
in
of go
top spot
there,
after
and
the opening
then
round.
if the
Everyone likes to get off
lodge
to a
gets
fast start, and they
ends up
certainly
getting
Yes, Luke, it's a
repoed
very
basically,
strange position to
then
be in,
at least we
'cause you
can
feel
get
like
my
it's
parents
yours
over
to
to Ireland.
lose.
So that is the
but
thought
it's also
process at
yours
the
to win.
moment.
I mean, which way are you
The
looking
problem
at it?
is
Hopefully, they're thinking it's mine to
getting
win.
work when we get there. Right. Second day. So if we win this day, then we move on to the PGA Tour. So we won't be on the Corn Ferry anymore. So that'll be nice. So I'm gonna just not say anything for a second so that they can do their
2K
intro.
Sports and the Corn Ferry Tour are proud to bring you today's event. Today's coverage of the East Coast Classic is about to begin. Delighted to have your company for this final round action. I'm Luke Elvey, here alongside Rich Beam. And Rich, it's the final round in this one. What's our next player dealing with as they start their round?
Better than the
Should
previous
be a lot
round.
of nerves. They got the lead. They've been sleeping on it overnight. That is never an easy thing to do. Almost an uncomfortable situation at times, but they are playing well, so they have that confidence going into the final round. But this is going to be a tough afternoon ahead.
It's all set up to be a beauty. Let's head out to the
bad,
action.
not bad.
A wonderful shot and a chance for birdie here on the first.
Of all the shots that I like the most, that one ranks right up there.
Just didn't drop. Okay, that hole's behind you now.
So
Currently at 10 under par
yeah,
overall.
basically what it comes down to is
let's see
it's
what
stressful.
happens here on the second
very
hole.
stressful, because I mean it's moving to another country when the time is not right at all, and you really cannot afford it. So
Oh, this one looks to be heading down the runway.
yeah,
2 wins so far this season.
it sucks. And yeah, I mean, I think, I mean, I'm someone that can handle pressure. I can handle a lot of pressure. Probably because, and this might sound
Going with the 5
stupid,
wood.
but two things. One is the way that I grew up.
That's tiny.
My dad is
16
sort of
feet to the cup.
the sort of tough love type person. So I learned from a very young age to handle a lot of pressure. The other thing is my dad wasn't home a
Ouch,
lot
that
when
hurts.
I was young. I mean, he's
Putting for birdie.
now during COVID, because I mean, with the tours and everything not running, he's home all the time, where he used to be home like a couple of days a month. And when I was at school,
He
or
sits in first
since I
position.
can remember, basically since I was born, he was
Here we
home
are at
like
the third.
1 or
The
2
tee
days
is
a month.
yours.
So I took on sort of the role of man of the house at a very, very young age, because it was basically just myself, my mom, and my sister. And that sort of teaches you a lot of a lot of responsibility as well. And then other than that, I used
Going
to
with
do
the 6
quite
iron here.
a bit of sport at school, and sport
you hit a
teaches
beauty,
you a lot
didn't
of
Well, this is one of those lengthy putts.
not just
John, how do you
things
see it?
like leadership
Well,
skills
this looks
and
like about
discipline,
28 feet.
but also to sort of work under pressure, I guess.
right by
So
the hole.
again, like I said earlier, I don't really
It's
have
just
a
about 3
big
feet
match
away.
temperament, but I
Ooh,
work
that
well
was like a
under
pure stroke.
pressure. So I didn't
And
perform
after that
that
performance,
great
they'll stay
in.
right where they are in the
Well,
standings.
I mean, in sport, in
You've
general,
arrived at a par 4.
I sort
Step
of
up to the tee and
performed
own it.
really well under pressure. Just in golf, I didn't. So, but in business and things, I
It's heading
work
to the bunker
good
for
under
sure.
pressure, so that's always going to be a
This
plus.
Next one from the beach.
Oh, this
Yeah,
is
they parred
not
this
a
hole
good
yesterday,
situation.
but from easier circumstances today, a little more difficult.
I'm just
but
going to
still
sort of
doable.
let it fly. There's a lot of water there that I don't want to be messing around with. But yeah, so I handle pressure pretty well. I mean,
All right, safely out of the bunker.
eventually
and
it
now a
does
chance
catch
to
up
make
to
a
you.
putt.
Inevitably does.
This one's
The
for
problem
birdie.
is, and what really bothers me is
Starts off on a
Monique
good
doesn't
line.
deal with pressure
Big
at
putt for
all.
par coming up.
So she's taking this situation very, very, very tough. And
Well, that hole's behind
yeah,
us. More to
it's
play.
sad. It's hard to watch.
Leading by
And
4
there's
strokes
nothing
after
you
that
can
one.
do except try and comfort. And that sucks. That's what
This
bothers
hole
me
is
the
a
most.
long
If it
par
was
4.
just me, I'd be fine. It's watching her not be fine. That's what's difficult. So that's what gets me. It's not the pressure
That
that
should
gets
find
me.
the
It's
fairway.
watching her. Yeah.
Luke, I gotta say, I love your positive vibes, but unfortunately, that one has ended up in the bunker.
Well, I don't like talking about that. Yeah. Right. Let's go back to golf.
That should find the bunker.
Oh, really? Bunker to bunker.
And here we are with the 3rd shot.
Right. What's the best course of action here? Oh, what was that? Very slow. No, that's
And
a
here we
lie.
are with their
That
fourth.
is a lie. Okay, let's try this again. I think I was way short on the backswing. That one. Okay, this is going to be
Wonderfully
bogey.
played.
Oh, hopefully it's going to be a bogey.
Anytime you can make these putts,
Straightforward
they'll
putt.
certainly add up at the end of the day.
You
Right
can
on
do
8
this.
feet.
Beautiful. Okay.
That's well
Bogey,
held.
it's not too bad. It's fine. We've got a
Our
decent
leader
lead.
is enjoying
10
a
under.
3-stroke advantage.
3-stroke. Okay, so it's not that big of a lead. Sounds rough. There's Working Island. You've got a lot going from what I've seen in your vids.
We have a par
You'll
4
find something
on
like
this
that.
one.
I hope so. And I appreciate the kind words. It's we'll make it work. We've done it before. The last time we moved a couple of years ago, you know, it was easier
Not a
because
bad
we
line,
had
this one.
backup money. So like I said, we
Second shot here
could
on
keep
the
going
6th.
for like a good 6 months, stay in a house, not worry about an income, just settle down. But I found a job within 2 weeks, and I was very, very happy at that job. Loved it, and unfortunately it was in Northern Ireland, and we cannot go to Northern Ireland. We have to go to Republic of Ireland because of visa issues and all of that regarding my wife.
This
I mean,
one
I
looks
can
like
go
it'll
to Northern
safely make
Ireland,
the
it's
green.
fine.
Well, that certainly
but
makes putting a lot easier when you can
my
hit a
wife
shot
can't,
like that.
and we
Luke,
can apply for
nothing
everything,
gets
but that
past you.
becomes a
Yes,
very
this
expensive
kid
process,
is a
and if I'm
stud.
going to go through a very expensive
this will be good
process,
for the
I would rather go
momentum.
to
Let's make
Australia,
this birdie
because
putt.
it costs the same.
Team's making this look
We
easy.
don't have that
Keeps
sort of money,
surging ahead.
so that's why we're going to do the island route, and that's why it's so frustrating,
maintaining
because
top
the job
spot
that I
on the
worked at I
leaderboard after
loved,
that.
and I got along
Play so
with
far
everyone
has been
so well.
stellar,
I'm still in contact
increasing
with
the lead,
many
Luke,
of them.
But can they maintain it?
Um,
Let's find out.
They're friends, not colleagues, not work colleagues, they're just friends. And they said if I ever come back to Ireland and I need a job, why am I pushing everything out?
That's not the shot he's
If I
hoping
need a
for.
job, there'll be one, and if there
Now
isn't
man
one,
on the
they'll make
ground,
one.
John McCarthy.
So
What's this
they'll
line look
literally
like, mate?
create a job.
Well, guys,
Um,
very deep.
if
in
I
this
need
rough.
one.
This is gonna
But I
take
cannot
some,
take that
this is
offer
gonna take some
because
precision
oh
engineering to get out of
no,
this one.
That was a little untidy, wasn't it?
no.
Straight into the water.
Okay, we have to make
Playing
this
their
work.
fourth shot.
But yeah, for Monique's stuff to work out, I cannot work for a UK-based company, which Northern Ireland is. So that's very unfortunate. Otherwise, I would have gotten a plane, I would have gone over there, and I would have walked straight into a job which I really enjoyed with a company that I absolutely loved. And yeah, it sucks that I can't do that. Because that would have made...
the
I would have
approach
been there a
didn't
long
seem
time
to
ago
fit
if I could
their
do that.
eye.
But
And what a
yeah, we'll see.
rare
I'll make it
miss
work. I
today.
mean,
They've been so
we'll-
good with their approach shots.
we'll make it work. But I'll keep you guys up to date. And
Lovely touch.
I did
Well played.
talk about
Just
it in
eyeballing that one, trying to make it.
the video that I recorded today
Yeah,
that
good
you
putt.
guys
Well
will
hold.
see on Wednesday.
Now at -9 for
Where-
the tournament.
The YouTube channel might
Let's see what happens here at the
pause for a
8th.
while, obviously. I'll try and sort of, if I know exactly what's going on and we are definitely going, then I'll try and schedule some videos, maybe just like one a week. So at least there's
Seems to have
something
chosen the
that can go
three-wood.
out for like a couple of months, just to keep you guys going. So if I record like 12
Lovely
videos,
effort.
that'll keep you guys going
This
for
putt
3 months.
from around 18
Um,
feet.
I don't know how long I won't have a studio for, because I'm basically going to sell everything except my PC components. So I'm going to keep things like the graphics card, the RAM, the motherboard. I'm basically going to keep everything except the case. So I will have that when I get there, and as soon as I get a job and
It's
as
got
soon
a
as we
chance.
find
A
proper
well hold, he'll take the
housing and all
birdie.
of that, we'll stay with, hopefully stay with some
Our
friends that
current
we
leader is
met.
up by 3 shots.
Also South Africans that we met last time
Teeing
we were
off
there.
here at the 9th
They've
hole.
got sort of a B&B set up, but we might be able to stay there for a while until we get everything sorted out. So we're hoping we can do something like
This
that. We
looks to be a
haven't really
fairway
spoken to
seeker to
them
me.
about it. But as soon as I can start everything up again, and I've got a job and I've got an income and we've got furniture and a house and all of that, I can basically take those components, just stick it in a new case, because the case is bulky. I don't want to take the case. I just want to take the components and then buy a screen, a keyboard and a mouse, and off we go. I can record again. I mean, I don't need to have a wheel or anything. I just don't want to sell those components, because firstly I'm going to get
It's heading to
nothing
the rough
for
for
them.
mine.
And in South Africa at least I'm going to
Getting ready
get
to
nothing
play
for
there,
them. If I
Phil.
was in Europe, I would
Wind's
sell
going
them,
right to
because
left here,
my
and they're gonna
2080
go ahead and
Ti
ride
is
the
worth
one
like
in here.
gold at the moment. Any graphics card is worth gold at the moment. But unfortunately not in South Africa. In South Africa it's not worth much. But that's also why I wouldn't sell it, probably.
This one is heading to a really
because I
not
probably
so
wouldn't be
good
able
space.
to buy one again for quite some time.
Now for the
I
fourth
would have,
shot.
I think, a very difficult time to buy some computer components again when we get there. So the ones
How
that
close
are
was that to going
really
in the hole? Great shot.
tough to find right now,
Yep, well done.
I'm going to hold on to as much as I possibly can. So if I
This
get
is a
there and everything
precarious
settles
position,
down,
if you don't mind me
stick it
saying,
in a
Rich.
new
They
case.
have
I've
the
got the
lead, but
exact
there's
setup
plenty
that I've got
chasing with
now.
just 9 to play.
All of the
Well,
hard
keep
drives,
your hands
everything
to
I'll keep.
yourself, but yes, this
And,
player is definitely dialed in at the moment.
Hopefully it'll be
Lovely rhythm
easy
there, Rich.
enough to
That's
get
gonna
back
work
into it.
every time.
So that
We're
is the
around
plan.
140 yards here.
But like Mike Tyson famously said, everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face. And I know he meant that literally, and that is very true. It's also very true figuratively,
Going with
because
the 9-iron, I think.
we had a plan, and
Just
then we
needs
got
this one
punched
to
in the
kick right.
face.
Good
Figuratively.
shot there.
And then we had a new plan, and then we
13
got
feet
punched
to the
again.
cup.
And then we
Short
had another
game has
plan,
been
and then we got
especially
punched
sharp
again.
today, Luke.
And it seems
Very
like every time we
impressive.
get punched a little bit harder, which kind of sucks. But I mean, what can you do?
That was a
Ah,
gallant attempt.
yeah, you can sink a putt for a
And
start.
this one is
But,
for his par.
Yeah, we'll make it work.
In she
We'll-
goes. Let's head to the next.
We can do it. We'll be fine.
Leading by 3 strokes
I just don't
now.
know how long the YouTube channel will sort of come to a standstill for. Like
Let's
I said,
see
I'll
what
try and
happens
schedule
here at
like
the 11th
a
hole.
video a week, so there's at least something. And oh, what is it with the driving today? But you get days like
in the
this
hands
in
of the
real
tree
life
gods
as well.
now.
I remember it vividly, where
And the pine needles can always be
Playing-
a 50-50 lie.
like
Not as easy
professional- on a
and straightforward
professional
as
level
yesterday's
golf.
par, so work to be done.
you would be driving like an absolute beast for 6 months straight. And you would go to the driving range in
option,
the
take your
morning for a
medicine. Try and
warm-up.
get it up and
You've
down
got
from there.
a, I don't
Around
know, a practice round or a
120
tournament or
yards
whatever starting that
Wind's
day.
blowing from left
And
to right.
I mean, it doesn't matter what it is.
And hook this one in the wind to slow
And you would
the
go
golf
to the
ball
driving
down.
range, you'll warm up, everything will be absolutely fine, hitting the ball really well. You get onto the course, you tee it up on the first tee box, and you just push it right, or you hook, or you hit a big cut or a fade. And it's like, where did that come from? And the rest of the day, you'll just do that. And it's like, why can I not hit this club? Take anything else and everything's fine. Take that one specific
Going
club.
with
It
the
can
pitching
be a
wedge
driver
here.
or a 5-wood or a 3-iron or
this
whatever
needs
it
a
is.
little
Doesn't
right
matter.
turn, Clyde.
And you'll
Oh,
just hit
that's
it
beautifully
terribly.
judged.
And you'll be like,
Just
why
about
is this
8 feet
happening?
left to the
And then
hole.
the next day you'll go back and everything's fine again. Like, it makes no sense. That is probably one of the most
Good-looking
frustrating
putt.
things in golf,
You can
is
mark
if
it
that
down.
happens.
That's birdie number 4 today.
Okay, 11 under.
And now that finds him in first place.
I just noticed it's 10 to 12.
Time to make a move. The tee is yours here at
And,
the 12th hole.
Standing on this par 4
not
and
tired.
leading. What's the strategy? What's going on
Maybe
through their
I'll
mind?
finish this
Attack
and
it or
actually-
lay back.
Maybe. I'm thinking about maybe jumping into maybe an hour or so
well struck.
of
This drive's heading for the fairway in my eyes.
what is it called? DayZ. But actually I can't do that because I don't have a thumbnail or anything set up, and I don't know how. Oh, you can edit. So I can edit. I don't know. It's fine. We'll just play golf until I'm tired. I know most of you are probably sort of maybe an hour behind me. So I think for most of you it's like 10 to 11,
that's
somewhere
a
around there,
high-caliber
depending
shot.
on where you are. I'm actually not sure about France though.
Scorecard filled
Um,
with threes never hurts.
But yeah,
Good
I'm
putt to
guessing
make
most of you are
this.
sort of UK, Europe, I think. So for you guys, probably getting quite late as well. But I'll just stay on. I mean, I'm doing this for the fun, not for the views. If people want to watch, they can watch. If they
Looking
don't, they don't
really
have
good,
to.
This one. Just 3
Lucy,
feet
if
to
I
the
may
cup.
ask, why did you come back to SA? So that was literally a matter of
Job done. Let's head to the
poor
next.
judgment from my
And
side,
this is quality
mostly,
play, still on top of
where
the
I
leaderboard.
took advice from people that didn't know what they were talking about. So basically,
Here we are.
when we
in front of a
decided we
par
were going to
three.
move over to Ireland, we said, okay, we're going to go to Northern Ireland because I've got a lot of family over there. So we decided we're going to go there, and we started to get everything ready, and we were getting some of the information, and we were
Opting for
starting
the
to get a
six
bit
iron.
of conflicting information
This one needs to kick left.
in terms of what my wife needed.
That's a great
I didn't
shot.
need anything
It
because
sets
I've
up a
got
birdie
an
look here at
Irish
the 13th.
passport and a British passport. So I'm fine. But my wife not having either of those, it was a bit more complex. So we
Hey,
got
that's a
some
chance.
conflicting information,
He's got a
and rather
par putt here.
than
Let's see if he can make it.
following up on it and making
Well
100% sure
let's move
before
on.
we went, we went on
Leading
some of
by
the advice
5
that we
shots
got
after that.
of just go there and sort it out when you get there. And
Quite
that's what
often
we
the
did.
hardest hole in golf.
And that was a
long
big
par
mistake.
4.
So, yeah, unfortunately we got there and we couldn't sort everything out. So my wife came back to South Africa for like 6 weeks to get some
John, you're down there.
more stuff,
How's this ball lying?
try to sort it out.
They ended up
So
quite deep
we
into
went
the
there
rough
and
here,
stayed there
guys.
for
I'm not
a few months.
not seeing the
I
likelihood of
stayed,
getting
she
a lot
came
of this
back,
one.
she had to get some stuff sorted out, went back there, and then
Opting for the hybrid, I
fact
think.
that we went there the first time made
That's a
things
tad disappointing,
complicated.
isn't it?
So eventually they said, no,
And
no,
here we are with
it
the
would
third
be
shot.
best if we go over from Northern Ireland to Republic of Ireland, because it'll make things a bit more simple. So we did that, paid for the move and everything, which was quite expensive. And moved there, and then when we got there, they were like,
that
okay,
was a
this is
beauty.
great, everything's fine. The
putt's
problem
about
is she
4
was
feet from
still
the hole.
on effectively a UK visa,
Well, that's a momentum
and that
maintainer.
caused a
Well
problem
done.
being in Republic of Ireland, which they can't sort of override. And they said no, she had to come back to South
Our
Africa
leader is
again,
currently enjoying a
Um,
4-stroke advantage.
and then go back to Ireland again, but then fly directly into Ireland, not via UK, and that should be fine. The problem was at this point we
The
were
honour is
in.
yours. Time to
Or
hit a
we
good
were
one here at the
outside of South
15th.
Africa for longer than she's been in South Africa in a year, and apparently you cannot be outside of your home country for longer than a year without being a resident of the other country. So because we've been there for more than 6 months, she had to come back, but she had to be here for at least 6 months before she could go back again. And I was not gonna let her come back to South Africa for 6 months. Because also take into consideration, this is shortly after we got married and
Isn't
things.
this
I
where they
mean,
hit
granted,
from
we've
yesterday?
known each other for a
Same
very long
spot as
time.
yesterday. Will they have the same results today?
I mean, by the time we got married, we knew each other for 10 years. But it was still... I wasn't going to let her come back to South Africa. South Africa is not a super safe place. I was not going to let her come back to South Africa by herself and stay here by herself for 6 months before she can go back. So we just decided we'll both come back and we'll get our things sorted out,
Going
and
with
then
the
we'll go
hybrid.
back again. And unfortunately, one thing sort of led to another, and it was one delay after the other,
well
and it's
played.
like, oh, we'll do this a little bit later,
Right,
and a little
John.
bit later, and a little bit
How's this putt
later.
looking?
And eventually,
Looks like
we just sort of got
26
drawn into
feet
so
from
many
down here,
things back
guys.
in South Africa that we never really went back. And then obviously COVID hit, so
Was on a
that's
good
2
line.
years gone,
And that should secure the
or
par.
16
Well done.
months at this point gone.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard
And
as it stands.
yeah, so it was just
That is some pretty
bad
good
judgment
breathing room.
and bad
Out in front
advice
by a
from
bunch.
many
Now
people.
at
So
11
it's not
under for
like
the event.
one person was
3
to
holes
blame.
remaining, folks. Hang on to your hats. This is
I
going to
guess
be a
if
wild
one person
and woolly
was to blame,
finish.
it would probably be me. Because I should have followed up, and I decided to take bad advice, and I didn't
That
follow up.
one's heading down Broadway.
So, yeah, I mean,
Well, that was
UK
fantastic.
immigration,
What a
especially
shot
these
from the leader.
days,
Man,
is Aussie
people
passport not
usually
in
don't go
use.
that far on
We
vacation.
thought the
What
Aussie
a
passport
drive.
would make things easier for her to get into the UK, but turns out it doesn't actually mean anything. So yeah, that was quite a surprise, to be honest. But I mean, at the
Was a
time,
good
yeah,
risk-reward hole. Looks like
it
they're
was
taking plenty of
disappointing,
risk
it was
here, going for
frustrating,
the green.
you know, you're angry and everything, but at the end of the
Left
day,
yourself a long way between the holes,
rules
so
are
let's
rules,
get this one
and
close.
we need to go by them, and we didn't. So,
in.
oh,
What a shame.
how did
That
that
would have been a
miss?
nice
That
one to
literally
hold.
went straight over the hole. So,
Always
I
love these
mean, I get it, they have their rules, and
especially
we
when
need
it's
to
for
follow
birdie.
the rules, and I
And
mean, we
racking up
didn't
their
like
fifth
break
birdie
any
of the
rules in
day.
terms of we cannot go back. It's not like we're on sort of a
And still in top
deport
spot
list or
after
anything.
that hole.
Everything's fine. I
Keep it
mean,
going.
she left in
holes to
time.
go,
We
Luke.
left. Well,
Can
yeah,
they
she got
hang
out
on?
in time every time. So
Just a
it's
couple
not
to
like
go.
there's
Let's
any
see how
issues
you
there. We
handle the
can
penultimate hole.
go there. It'll be absolutely fine in both UK and Ireland. So it's not like we broke any laws or anything. We just got misinformation, and yeah, it kind of sucked. But I mean,
Choosing the 9-iron here.
it is what it is. We basically put it down to
What a
experience,
wonderful play.
and basically
Leading
went,
with intent.
yeah, we won't do that again.
Be nice to see this one go down. Let's see
So
if
after
they
that,
make it.
every time we want to do something and someone is like, oh no, just do this,
Really
we're like,
good. And with that putt hole,
no,
it's back-to-back
no,
birdies.
we're not just gonna do
Back-to-back
this.
birdies moving the right
We're gonna find out
direction
what the
there, Luke.
right way is to do this, and we're
Currently
gonna do it
in
that way.
first position.
So yeah, it was a big lesson learned. So yeah, it was just an unfortunate event, but
And after a birdie at the last,
I mean, it's-
they take the honour on the hole.
I'll stop asking so many questions. Last one, what about Australia? No, it's fine. You can go ahead and ask questions. I enjoy it. Gives me something to talk about. Australia would be nice. I would really like to go to Australia. Although I do think Australia is quite expensive. Honestly,
like
I
a
don't know how
similar
people make
approach
a
to
living there,
yesterday.
because if I look at
Same
the
spot
average
as
salaries
yesterday,
and
looking
things
for the same
compared
result
to
today.
the living cost, that place is expensive. Goodness, they're expensive. But if Australia was an option,
Looks to be
I
going
would
with the 6-iron.
probably go there before I
that
go
one's
to
looking
Ireland.
good.
Purely because I'm a very
That's a lovely
outdoorsy
shot here at
person.
the 18th.
Even
And a
though
chance
I
for
do
birdie at the
YouTube for a
last.
living, you would think that I'm like a vampire.
It's all come down to this. A putt
Well,
for the
at this
title.
stage, I do YouTube for a living. I mean, I don't make a living out of YouTube. I just do YouTube for a living because I don't have another choice.
Good stroke.
Doing something for a living and making a living out of it,
And this just
two different
continues
things.
this player's dominance.
3 on the season
But-
so far. This player's absolutely
I mean, I'm an
dominating
outdoorsy
right now.
person,
Great
and
stuff.
Ireland isn't really an outdoorsy place because of the weather, obviously. Where Australia, very outdoorsy place, and very similar
Well,
to
that
South
just
Africa.
about concludes our coverage on behalf of
Ooh,
Rich Beam.
that was a
I'm
tournament.
Luke Helvey. Thanks
I'll
for tuning in. We'll see
Elaborate
you tomorrow.
on that in a second. There we go, 14 under. Okay, yeah, we need to up the difficulty, but we'll do that. We'll set it up to medium. Because we're also going to the PGA. Nice. Let's go settings. Oh no, this is advanced. Yeah, so Australia would be great. The problem is it is really expensive. So I mean, we've already got a problem with, yeah, so opponent difficulty. We're gonna bump that up to normal. So we should look at about 7 to 10 under per round. Goodness. Okay. See, I thought 4 under to 6 under would be good, especially playing on difficult conditions. So if we go in there, oh, did I just accept that? That's fine. So see, I don't want to change that, but I want to show you guys what it's on. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. Otherwise, it's just going to reset it anyway. But it's basically on. So the conditions is, or the swing thing is on pro with a couple of things made slightly more difficult. So this is going to be Katagawa Country Club. We're going to play that one. I'm not tired yet. So Australia, yeah, that would probably be my first option. There's a lot more outdoor activities. It's a lot more similar to South Africa in the way that they live, in terms of their housing, yard sizes,
Hello
just
and
the
welcome
people in
to our
general,
PGA Tour
the
coverage here
climate,
on 2K Sports, where
nature
the
in a
TGC
way.
Open. Today's coverage is about
Because
to begin.
Australia is very well
Pleased you
known
could join us
for
for this
things that
first
can
round
kill you.
action.
I think
Look,
South
Elvie, here
Africa is very
alongside Rich
underrated
Beam, and
in
Rich,
terms of
it's like
things
the
that can
first
kill
day
you.
at school, isn't it? This player's
Because
now made it to the PGA Tour.
um,
What could possibly be going on through their mind?
They're just trying to not
I just want to
vomit
give them a second
when they're
again.
on the first tee, Luke. Nobody's thinking about the money and the excitement and the major wins. And this is the honest truth. You are literally so excited to hit that first tee shot.
I just want to
You
give
really
them a
don't
second
care
to
where
talk.
it goes, but you want it to be in play. But
Right.
you just—that's the only thing that you can.
Let's just get going.
That's the only thing that you can possibly comprehend is hitting that ball. That's the only thing you can. I dare any other player to say, "Well, this is the
Right. Yeah.
first of many unbelievable opportunities." Listen, we can talk about everything that they want
Man,
to
I thought
achieve
I
or
talk a
what their
lot.
career
They don't
was.
stop.
Right now, their one and only goal is getting that first tee
I've
shot
got-
in play somewhere.
My lips are like
I know, I
cracking.
can't wait.
And it's
Let's
really
get back down to
annoying
the coverage.
because it makes a little
Time
sort
to
of
tee
dry
off
skin.
at the second.
I don't like that. Yeah, so with regards to living conditions and things, it'll be a lot easier to
Oh,
adapt
seems
there.
we've got a
And
big
yeah,
piece of
like I
that
say,
one
nature-wise and everything, I
striped.
think South Africa is overlooked in terms of dangerous things that can kill you. Because we've got a lot more animals that can kill you. They've probably got more sort of bugs and snakes that can kill you in Australia. We've got animals that'll rip you to shreds. Possibly the worst in the world. If you think of things like wild dogs, lion, leopard, cheetah, caracal, only to name a few, that baboon. I mean, you don't really want to come in contact with those if you can help it. I would know. I did some. I'm
Going
actually a
with the
fully
6-iron
trained
here.
nature guide,
Should
and
find the green here.
yeah, you don't want to mess with them.
Yeah, quality
Even
shot there.
rhino, elephant, buffalo,
Oh, this will be a bonus.
wildebeest.
Right on 17 feet from here.
Yeah, no, you don't want to do that. And I mean, we've got a couple. I mean, we've got black mamba, most venomous snake in the
just
world.
missed.
Although that point is sort of argued
4
here and there.
feet to the cup.
We've got things like the honey badger, which sounds very cute.
Good putt,
You
that.
do not want to come across one. Even a lion would run from a honey badger. So they are vicious things.
Let's go to our man John
when they
on the
want
ground.
to be.
There's something
But
brewing down there.
yeah, we've
Let's
got many
find out what it is.
animals
guys,
that
we're
can
taking a
kill
look
you,
at
and
Gary
many
Woodland
snakes and
here
spiders
on
that can
the
kill you as well.
7th.
So yeah, the
And after that hole, this is how the leaderboard
the black
looks.
mamba is, I think, drop for drop,
Let's see what happens
the
here
most
at the third
venomous
hole.
snake in the world. But I think the most dangerous snake in the world is something else. It's some sort of a cobra or something. Yeah, I think, was it a cobra? Something like that. Purely because it causes more deaths. So it's not actually more. At least this is how I understand it. The black mamba is the most venomous and kills the quickest. But it's not rated the
Going
most
with a 3-wood
dangerous
here.
as it doesn't kill the most people per year. And
That's not the outcome they were after.
probably because we
Yeah,
don't
took a bit too
run
much
around
club
the
on that
bush
one.
all day, because that's not a clever thing to do. Yeah, other snakes that you don't want to get bitten by is things like puff adders. That would be a very bad experience. Cytotoxic venom, which basically makes your limbs explode. If you don't believe me, Google puff adder bite. And if you squeamish at all, don't Google puff adder bite, because it's no. So yeah, we have a lot of things that can. So we'll fit in just
What a
fine
shot.
with
Almost
things that
went in
can
the
kill
bucket.
us. I think
And he
I'll
needs
take on a
this to
kangaroo.
save par.
I'll go into a punching match with a kangaroo until it starts kicking. I'm not an MMA fighter. I can't kick.
one
So
has eyes for the
yeah,
hole.
I mean, Australia would be great,
Well
but
done.
expensive. Just to get there in the first place is very expensive.
So no
It's like,
movement there. He stays at even with the card.
yeah, about just over twice what we will
Tee is
spend on
yours.
the
Here we are
quarantining
at the fourth
costs
hole.
going to Ireland. And the quarantining costs are already a big problem. So going to Australia, just getting the spousal
Well, this should
visa
find
in
the
the
short
first
grass.
place is more than double that. So I don't know what it'll
Let's have a
be
look at Bryson DeChambeau from earlier.
in euros.
Let's
But-
recap this long-range effort.
Let me have a quick Google. Australian
Nicely holed.
Australian dollar to euro. Yeah, it'll be about
Playing from around
just over
160
5,000
yards.
euros for
Currently
the
4 shots
initial
off the
visa,
pace.
and then that's obviously excluding everything. You still need to have funds available to show that you can support yourself, and you have to pay the next one, the next visa when you get there, like the permanent one. The first one is a temporary one. The second one is
Looks to have
then
chosen
the
the
permanent
7-iron.
one, and you have to. It's
This needs
it's a
just
very
a little
very
work
difficult,
to the
very
left-hand side.
time-consuming, and very
this
expensive
putt to move
process
into
to
the
go
top
to
20.
Australia. What we said is, if we go to Ireland and we settle down and everything's fine, and we're doing okay, and we're at a point where we're settled down enough that we're sort of comfortable, but we haven't settled down enough,
steady
like
now.
bought a house or
Putting for
anything.
par.
We
And that
might
putt will drop. Well done.
have a look at Australia then, and sort of
So,
use Ireland
no
as a
movement
stepping
on the
stone.
leaderboard there, remaining
But at this stage,
even
Ireland is the
overall.
best option,
Let's see
purely
what happens
because
here
of
at the fifth.
financial
Well,
reasons.
on the tee now, coming off a par.
But
Chance to
yeah,
putt one up the
I
middle.
think Australia will be cool. I've never been to Australia, but I do follow a lot of Australian YouTubers and things. And
like they put a good
obviously,
swing on that one.
Monique having
That should
lived
find the
there
short
for
stuff.
6 years,
Playing from around 190 yards out.
I think I'd enjoy it.
4
I think
strokes
I'd
off the
enjoy it a
lead.
lot. I think I would
Looks to be
enjoy
going with a
America as
hybrid
well.
here.
But if I had to go to America, I'd go to Texas. I would
Getting
go
ready
to
to play
Texas
there,
and
Phil.
like live
4
on a
shots
ranch
behind our
or
leader.
something. Even if I go to well, if I go to Ireland now, I'll have to do whatever I need to do. But if I sort of settle down and everything, whatever that may mean, if I'm in a position to buy a property someday, I would really like
Oh,
to
I
buy
like
a
the look
small
of that
farm.
shot there,
It doesn't
Beamer.
have to be a
You
big
better
farm. It
believe
doesn't
is
have to be an
great
arable farm.
Stuff to watch.
I just saw the
Let's
I
take a
saw a
look at the
hedgehog in
leaderboard.
Ireland once, massive teeth. Yeah, I'm sure that thing nearly ripped your leg off. I'd be careful
And
around
with
those.
that, he'll stay right
Um,
there at even par.
Yeah, that's rough. I actually, when we were living in Ireland,
Here
I
we
was
have a
curious
par
because
5.
Ireland doesn't have any snakes or anything. So I was like curious, is there actually anything in Ireland that can kill you? So I googled the most dangerous animals in Ireland, and
Oh,
it was
that is
like a cow
crushed.
and a dolphin. I was like, what is this? There's literally nothing dangerous there.
Johnny
It was
Mack, what's the news?
quite amusing, actually.
Thanks,
It's
guys.
kind of
I'm
nice
down
to walk
here
around.
on hole number
I mean,
11.
it's just
This is
like-
Gary Woodland.
You know, we went for a walk in a forest because where we
that
lived
one
there was
just missed the hole.
forests all over the place,
Time for
and
the
we would
second
go
shot here
to.
at the 6th.
Why did they replay that? We would like go walk in a forest, and we're like, you can walk here, and there's nothing that's gonna kill you. Like, this is brilliant. That was awesome. I mean, I don't even think
That
there's
was wonderfully
spiders that
done.
are particularly
And here we are
venomous.
with the third
You'll maybe
shot.
get a headache.
Currently
They
4
won't kill
shots
you.
off the pace.
But there were some ugly spiders there. I mean, South Africa's got some ugly spiders, but I didn't realize Ireland have some pretty mean
Left yourself an
spiders as well.
opportunity.
Not
There's a
venomous,
long
as far as
way,
I know,
tell you
but
what, I've seen it happen before.
ugly.
So there's a chance.
really ugly. I think the worst spider in South Africa is probably like a baboon spider.
Just
They're
hammered
really
that through
big
the
and
line.
really hairy, and
This putt is of 9 feet.
I woke up with one on my face once.
And in
I
it
literally, I
goes
was
for the
a
par.
kid. I was young. I was like, I don't know, 8 years old or something, and I remember it clearly. I was
So
lying
no
in bed,
movement there. He
and I was
stays
lying on my
even with
back,
the card.
literally like this, and I just woke up, and I opened up my eyes, and I couldn't really see much. And there was a big baboon spider sitting on my
Let's
face,
see what happens here.
just
on the
chilling on
7th.
my face.
And after a par at the last,
And,
chance to maybe take a step in the right
Yeah, I
direction
knocked
here.
it off, and just sort of went back to bed. I just sort of went and continued sleeping. I mean, at that age, growing up in South Africa, things like that won't bother you. I mean, I didn't even bother looking for it. But the next
Opting
morning
for
when
the
I
hybrid,
woke up,
think.
it was just sort of sitting up on the wall in the corner. Oof.
Oh, that one's absolutely stiff.
Goodness, that was almost a
Good
hole
look
in
at
one.
birdie here.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're
let's head to the
pretty
next.
horrific,
And
but they
with it,
don't
he
really
moves to one
make
under
like
par.
webs or anything. They're ground dwellers, but they do sort of
He's
climb up
currently
walls
tied
and
for
things.
11th.
And after that good play, moving up the
Now I'm
leaderboard.
probably a bit more
I'm pretty sure this player will be buoyed by that
I don't
birdie
know.
back at the last. Let's see if they can
snakes
deliver
and
another
things
one.
probably bother me a little bit more than what they used to. But it's also because I'm not really in contact with them anymore. When I did my nature training and everything, I mean like snakes and spiders and things like, nah. It doesn't bother you at
That's
all.
not the one he wanted. And John,
Yeah,
what's this one
now
looking
I
like?
haven't been like in the bush or
Okay,
anything
so
for a
people
long
have to
time.
do
I
a
mean,
fair
we're
amount
sitting
of
in a
work to
city.
get out of this,
So you
first
do
cut. It
sort
did
of
end up
start to
kind of
become a
burrowing
bit more
itself down in
sensitive
there
to
pretty
things
deep.
like spiders and that.
You like
Again,
that, didn't you?
a bit more.
Getting ready to play their
In
third.
SA, you can't
4
even
strokes
walk
off
in a
the
mall
lead.
without feeling insecure. Well, that's very true. That is, that's for a different reason, but that is extremely true. Yeah. I mean, if I look to the left of me here, I've got a door that leads outside. There is a security beam looking straight at that door. So if anyone comes close to that door, even remotely close to that door, it'll trip a very, very loud alarm, which will wake up the entire neighborhood. It'll also send a signal straight to a security company that we pay for, and big guys with big guns will arrive here very, very quickly. And yeah, if anyone's there, it's not going to be pretty. And then that same door, after all of the guns and big guys, and yeah, all of you know, death, I've also got 3 locks on just that door, and on all of the other doors we've got a minimum of 3 locks. So yeah, South Africa, good. Not yeah, it's it's such a pity though, because it's such a beautiful country and it's just been absolutely
Not a bad approach. Guilty punny.
destroyed through just
13
crime
footer
and
coming up
corruption and I don't know. Okay, let's make
It's
this, but
tracking.
I don't even know what the score is. I have
Oh, wonderful
no idea
effort.
what the
Confirms
score is
the
at the
par.
moment. 1 under, right? That I thought that was a brilliant putt, and that was only for par.
Aman on the
Oh,
ground.
it was a
John,
brilliant
he's
putt,
down there.
but
What's
it was
the
only
news?
for par.
Well, I'm on the 10th hole, guys. This is Bryson DeChambeau's next shot.
Oh, it wasn't. They weren't. That's the replay.
And that shot goes
Bryson.
in. That'll be a birdie.
What a guy!
And that'll promote a good
What a
move
guy!
up
I
the
actually do like
standings.
him. He's a cool guy. He's 4 under. Yeah, that's why I was confused with the replay earlier, because
And after
it
that
wasn't
effort,
me.
This is how the field is shaping up.
It was him. It seems like he's on a roll. Tommy Fleetwood, Sergio Garcia, Chesson Hadley,
We've reached the 9th hole.
and
Time to tee off.
gone with the board. I'm gonna have to make some moves here, because we're playing on a higher difficulty,
Yeah, this is a quality looking shot, this one. That should
and I'm
find the
only
short
1
stuff.
under,
Sitting at
and
1
we've
under.
only got 2 rounds.
Trying to break into the top 10.
So, oh, I didn't even check if I can go for the green. No, I wouldn't have been able to go for the green there. Not unless I had a
And
wind
here
from
we are
behind.
with the 3rd shot.
We're already on the
4
ninth
shots
hole.
behind our leader.
Oh. Right. Here we go. Is that okay? I think it's
This
okay.
one's going right at the pin.
Here we go. Yeah, all right.
That's an absolute ripper. What a shot.
What a
This
shot.
putt is for a spot inside the top 10.
This would be nice to...
Tracking.
Beautiful.
Well done. Take the birdie.
Beautiful.
And what a way to jump into the top 10. Trailing by
Alright.
a few shots after that hole. Here we find ourselves on the tee of a long par 4.
Ooh, that wasn't great. But it
Looks
sort
to be
of
a fairway
cancelled
finder
itself
to
out.
me.
I went fast, which pulls it left.
Second shot
But I
here on
also
the 10th
pushed it
hole.
right, so it sort of cancelled out and went straight in the middle. Beautiful.
Opting for the 5-wood.
I was watching another YouTube channel earlier today. And it's
he's
one
safely
that...
on the
Oh,
green
how's the
with that
load
shot.
shedding by you?
He's already had a few birdies today. Another opportunity.
We
for another
haven't
one.
had
Let's take a
load
look.
shedding for a few days now.
And
But...
this effort by Justin Thomas.
Oh, what did... Oh, I skipped it. I didn't realize...
Okay, let's get
It
back
was
to the
Justin
action.
Thomas. I actually wanted to see what he
John,
did.
have you got a
We
read on
haven't
this
had
one?
load shedding for a few days
It's
now.
about a 23
But
foot putt from
It's
here,
been
guys.
pretty bad over the last month. So, up until a few days ago, it was rough. And the problem is, they don't stick to a schedule. They're supposed to, but they just don't. They just switch it off whenever, because apparently there's some dispute between, well, ESCOM, who supplies it, and the
putt
municipality
drops, and
that's supposed to
back-to-back birdies.
regulate it.
And with that,
And
we'll move to
now
3
there's
under
some sort of
par.
an issue between the two of them.
Well, that's
So
worth a replay. Let's take another
ESCOM
look.
just bypasses the municipality and just switches it off whenever they want to. And they switch off big areas. So I don't know what the deal is here where we are. So it's just a
Trailing
disaster.
by a
And the
couple of
problem is,
strokes now.
when they're doing it at top level, at ESCOM level, supplier level, they damage the
We've arrived
smaller
at a par 4 hole.
substations. So, like 2 weeks ago, we were without power for 2 days. Just 2 days, no power. Just sorry. You can't have power for 2 days. And every time the restoration time is like, oh no, we'll have the power back on in like
good
4
drive.
hours. And it's
That
like,
one should find the fairway.
4 hours later, oh no, we'll have the power on
Time for
tonight.
the second
Okay.
shot at the 11th.
Tonight comes, oh no, we're going to have the power on at like 1 o'clock in the morning. You wake up the next morning, it's like, where's the power? And it's, oh no, we're going to have the power on by lunchtime. It's like, okay, great. Lunchtime? No, we're going to have the power on by tonight. It's like, yeah, no. And like, no, we'll really have it on by tonight. And then tonight comes and like, oh no, we're only going to have it tomorrow, eh? It's like, yeah. And we've had
Nicely
the same
done.
thing happen a couple of months ago
Time
where
for
we had
third spot on
5
the
days
leaderboard up
with
for
no
grabs if we
power.
can hold this.
5 days, no electricity. And it sucks because I can't even turn my PC on. I mean, we have a small generator to run lights and like TVs and things. But the power is just too inconsistent to run a computer. It'll just destroy
This
it.
one's looking
Um,
good.
Nice
So
one. Fourth birdie of the day.
it's very frustrating
And
where
with that, he'll move to 4 under par.
it's basically a situation. Sorry, I've got
John,
this.
what's going on out there?
Well, I'm down here on the 17th hole, and this is a look at Gary Woodland.
It's really annoying.
And the players left with
It's
an
because we've
opportunity
got such a
to
dry
get
air.
up and down here from the sand.
Oh, nice shot. My lips are drying out big
Let's take a
time.
look at the leaderboard.
But what was I gonna say? It was something about the power. Oh yeah, it's like,
Teeing
for
off here
us,
on the 12th hole.
especially, it's super frustrating, or for me at least, because it's like we are primarily in the travel industry, and they're like, no, we're gonna close all of the borders, no more travel. Right, that is a major part of our income gone. But we still got the lodge. No, you have to close that lodge as well. You're not allowed to do business. Like, okay, are you gonna supply any funding to keep the business running? No, we're not gonna give you any money. You on your own. You have to do your own thing. Right. So we're not allowed to
Down
operate
with the 7.
in
This one should find the
any of the
surface.
2
Good shot
businesses
there.
that we have. And
Sitting
you're not
at
going to
minus
supply any
4.
funding
Currently
to
tied
keep
third,
us
just
going.
a couple out of
No.
top spot.
They're not going to supply it. And it's like, how do they expect you to make a living? And it's like, okay, you know what? I'm going to go online. I'm going to try my best. I'm going to put all my efforts and things into YouTube and see if I can create an online business. And they're like, no. We're going to switch off your electricity as well. So you're not going to do that either. Like, where the hell do these people... But that's the problem, because all of our politicians are millionaires and billionaires.
Mark it down. That's birdie number
They
5.
don't care
And that will
about
take him to
income.
5 under. And let's have one more look at that shot.
That's why it's so frustrating, because they literally do not understand the meaning of money. That's why a billionaire should not be the president of a country.
Well, that was a positive hole. A little shift up
They
the
don't
leaderboard.
understand what it means to close a
off here
small
on the
business
13th
for
hole.
16 months. I mean, and well, the lodge was closed for 3 months. The tours have been closed for 16 months because there's just no tours. But the lodge was closed for like 3 or 4 months. But even when we reopened, we're running at like 20% of what we used to run at. Actually, it's less. Well, no, it is about, because we used to run at like 75 to 80% occupancy. On good months, we ran at like 90% occupancy with the lodge. Now we're running at like 15% occupancy on a good month. So how do they expect us to pay bills?
This one looks to be a tad wayward. Sitting at 5 under for the day. In a share of the lead.
Right. We're actually doing pretty well now. We got, what was it, 3 birdies in a row? Something like this. Get it up there. My lip really hurts now because, oh, that was a terrible shot. I had a piece of,
looks
oh
like you're gonna need
no, I
more
dropped
bunker
it.
practice.
Now my lip balm things is all the way over there. I can't reach it. And I'm not getting out of this rig. This is like, you have to be a trapeze, what do they call them? A trapeze artist. Is that what it's called? Trapeze artist, I think it is. To get out of this thing. It's actually quite difficult. Get up. Yeah. Too much fun. But yeah, I had
The
this
short game has been
piece of
very
dry skin on
impressive.
my
They've
lip,
kept this
and
player inside
I sort
the
of
top
pulled
10
it
all
off,
day
and now
long
it
because of
hurts. And I can't do anything about it. I can see it. I can't get it. Right, let's make this putt. Projected cut is +2, so
This
we're
one's
safe in that.
dialed in.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
That's a birdie.
take that.
Ah. One thing that I really do like is, because this is a custom built racing rig.
Do you have any info down
I
there?
mean, I'll be honest,
We're
it was
over
an
here on the
afterthought.
15th hole,
But
and this is Bryson DeChambeau.
I never had
Sitting at
anywhere to put my
-3,
legs other
tied
than
for
the
fourth.
pedals, but sometimes you want to sort of stretch your legs out. Like now, I'm playing golf.
Oh, that's great. It just
Wow,
missed the
he's
hole.
chipping like an absolute
Oh,
machine
what a
today.
shot from the bunker.
Oh, that was for par. But still a good chip though. But
And
you never
after
really
that
have
hole, this is how the
anywhere to put
leaderboard
your
looks
legs.
right now.
So except the pedals, and you want to sort of stretch out, like now playing golf and things. So what I did is I sort of, over my pedals, I built a little
It's time to
wooden
begin
casing.
this par 4 hole.
Just sort of 2 planks on the side and 1 on top, and then I put pillows, old pillows on top, and wrapped it in a black fabric. So I've got a really nice comfy place to put my legs up on top of, so that I can stretch my legs out, straighten them out, and they're sort of elevated. So it's very comfortable. It's very comfortable to sit
Oh, I
here.
could watch that
I mean, the
swing all
seat is a
day.
bit
That's
hard,
beautiful.
because it is a sort of a racing
Setting
seat. It's
up
not
on
a
the first
real
cut.
racing seat, but it's one of those sort of, you know, the guys put in a sort of a racer vehicle. You know, the real racer ones. I mean, it's bright yellow. Obviously, you're going to put it in,
That's the right option. Put it back in play.
something that just makes a lot of noise and doesn't really
Well,
go
there's,
anywhere.
action aplenty all over the course. Let's have a look at this highlight from another player. Justin Thomas with an amazing
No, I skipped
shot.
it again.
Getting
But,
ready to play their third.
I mean, it's like a semi-racing seat, but it's really, it's hard. I mean, it's comfortable, but it's only comfortable for like a few hours. I would rather have my desk chair. And I mean, I think the right thing to do is, like, I don't know if you guys know Quirketized at all. I'm a big fan of Quirketized. He's on Twitch and does a lot of racing. Also does a little, he used to be pretty much only racing. That was a terrible shot. I should have done a flop shot there. Would have been much more accurate with that hill. He used to
Anything in 5 feet to
be
handy
almost
from here.
purely iRacing, but he has switched over to quite a lot of other games lately. Fun guy to watch. Very different. He's very different. He's on Twitch. He's sort of got a bit of a YouTube channel, but he doesn't really pay attention to it at all. So if you want to watch him, go watch him on Twitch. Great
Right on
guy,
4 feet.
very fun
Should
guy.
Make this one.
I really enjoy his content. But
Well, that'll avoid a
yeah,
number of drop shots.
Quirketized
Swell hole.
Well, oh yeah, he changed out his racing rig, and he's got like a proper
current
rig
leader
with
is
a
enjoying a
49-inch
one-shot lead.
ultra wide, super ultra wide screen. I think it's a new Samsung G7 or whatever it is, or G9
Teeing
or
off
whatever
here at the
monitor
15th
that's
hole.
like super curved, and the curve on that thing is insane. With a, I think it's a A1 racing rig and everything from SimLabs. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what it is. But I mean, he's got like a really nice setup, and direct drive, semi-cube wheel, Asher racing, well, a semi-cube base, but the original semi-cube 1 base, and he recently got a new Asher wheel and everything. Really, really nice setup. But he actually went and got like an old generic car seat, like a Ford or whatever generic seat, and he replaced his racing seat with that.
Looks like they've got the 5-wood.
I mean, it looks really terrible because it's just
That's
this
some
really
good golf
random,
right there.
pretty ugly grey seat.
And this putt will take them to
But
5
that
under.
is the right thing to do because it's so much more comfortable than a racing seat. And I think he had like a Recaro seat or something before
Oh,
that. It
so
wasn't like he had
close.
like a cheap thing
3 feet to
like
go
I've
here
got.
to
He
the
had
hole.
quite a decent seat. And he just went
Now,
with a
nice to
generic
make a
seat.
mid-range
It was
par
expensive apparently. Apparently that
He's
thing
in a
was
share of third
a
place.
couple of $100s. Can't remember how much he probably said, but yeah.
Just
I
a
mean,
few holes to play. Let's see how you take on this 16th hole.
it's the right thing to do. Unfortunately, here it would be very difficult to find a seat like that. I think he just bought it off of
Good
eBay
looking
or
shot
something,
this.
which we don't have eBay or Amazon or anything like that. But yeah, I think it'll be quite tough to find a seat like that here. Maybe you'll find something on like Facebook Marketplace or something, but I have my doubts. That would be nice. That would be comfortable. If you're gonna do something like a racing rig, I'll go for like a proper car seat.
Going with the 5-wood.
The most comfortable one you can find. Doesn't matter what it looks like.
Yep, give
And,
yourself a pat on the back.
Yeah, again, ideally it would be nice to have another monitor just there with a normal
And this putt will
desk
take
chair,
them to 5 under par.
so that it'll be easier to play things like this and more comfortable, and especially doing work and editing, that sort of thing. Ben says, oh, we have an electric storm on the way. Better go unplug stuff and get ready for the power to go. Oh, does your power go out quite often with storms and things? In Ireland, we only had the power go out once when we were in Northern Ireland, when Hurricane Ophelia hit, which the timing was terrible because my parents were flying into Ireland and they got delayed. They were
That's
stuck in
frustrating.
Dubai for like 2 days
And with
because they
that,
couldn't
you can
fly
go
into
and put a
Ireland to
par
come
on
and
the
visit.
card.
So their whole
So with another hole behind us,
holiday
let's take a look at the leaderboard.
visiting us in Ireland was delayed by like, I think it was 3 days in the end, 2 or 3 days. So they spent
And our
a
intrepid
few
on
days
course
in
reporter,
Dubai, which was
John
unexpected,
standing by.
which was fine
Well,
actually
I'm on
because
the 18th
my
hole, guys.
sister
This is Bryson
and her
DeChambeau.
husband were living in Dubai at the
Time
time,
for
so
the
they just
fifth
went
shot.
and stayed with them because
And
they
with
were
that hole
supposed to come
behind
straight to
let's
us
have
in
a look at the
Ireland,
contenders
stay there
and
for
the
like
pretenders.
a week, and then go to, I think they went to Rome and things. And then when they finished up there, they were supposed to go back to
We have
Dubai
a
and then
short
spend a
par
few
4
days in
ahead of us
Dubai.
here.
And then come back to South Africa again. And my sister and them, well, my sister and her husband were in Dubai because my brother-in-law, her husband, is a
Well,
pilot.
You're going to need to think of your
And
second shot
at
already,
that
'cause
stage,
that
he was
one's
flying
reached.
for Emirates. He was flying
Now,
the
4 under
Boeing
par.
777s
Currently tied for third.
at Emirates. So they are back in South Africa as well. He's captain back at the airline where he used to be. So yeah, that was the one time when Hurricane Ophelia hit, and we were quite
And
sort
here
of
we are with the third shot.
north
Just a
of
stroke
Ireland. I
behind
mean,
the
we were
leader.
in Northern Ireland, but we were sort of, yeah. So it's quite high up. I mean, I would say south, the southern side of Northern Ireland, if that makes sense. But we were quite far up, so we didn't get the massive winds like they got in Cork and everything. I mean, it was bad, but it wasn't terrible. But some power lines got damaged,
touch.
but they fixed
Really
it within
nicely
like 2
played.
hours. We
Gotta
literally
say,
had in that year,
his
we
short
had no
game
power
is
for like 2
phenomenal.
hours. Oh, that was terrible.
This is a bogey putt
Where in
coming
South
up.
Africa, well, I mean, it's more of a
And the putt
it's
drops,
something
and
to
we're
talk
moving
about
on.
if you've got power for 2 hours, rather than not have it for 2 hours. I mean, there's a
Patrick
joke going
Cantlay is at the
around
top of the
where
leaderboard
Eskom, who
with a
supplies the
one-stroke
electricity,
lead.
where they'll put out
Let's
like
come
a
down to this,
notification
the final hole.
where they'll
Welcome to
say
the 18th.
something down the lines of there hasn't been load shedding for 7 days now. Eskom is aware of the problem and working on it. You know, it's it's like, and that really is the way it goes. Because it's like,
Well,
oh
that's a
no, we can't
sweet-looking
produce
swing,
enough
that one.
electricity to supply South Africa. And it's like, yeah, but you've known about that problem for 20 years. Why haven't you done anything about it yet? It's getting worse, not better. So it's not like it's a new thing. Just fix it. Every time it's just like, yeah, but this and yeah, but that. It just fix it. How long do you need to fix it? You've had
a bit
20
outside
years.
into the rough.
Just fix it.
Getting ready to play their third. 3 strokes off the
But
lead.
yeah. Very frustrating. Things like that. Basic human needs.
Yeah, that'll work. That's fine.
And this putt to move into a tie for 3rd place. And with that putt, concludes this players' round.
Oh, we had 2 bogeys. We dropped down to 4th. We're only 3rd place. Oh no.
And as
So
this round winds down,
I'm gonna play
he finishes in
the
3rd
next
place.
round. But I
One
think I'll
round
call
to
it quits
go,
after
Luke.
that.
I'm hoping
It's
that it provides as
12:30
much energy
at
as the
night.
first rounds have.
So
Well, that just about concludes
yeah,
our
so
coverage. I'm
Ben,
Luke Elvey,
if
and on
you need
behalf
to
of
head
Rich
out,
Beam, plus all
that's
the hardworking
absolutely
folks
fine.
at HB Studios, it's
I
good
do
night for
appreciate
now.
you popping in, and thanks for the super chat. That was awesome. The €2 super chat, that was amazing. The first super chat on the channel ever, and I really do appreciate it. That was really cool. So yeah, your name will be rotating up there for quite some time. And I just noticed my hair looks. What's up? The Lego hair. There we go. Now we're back to sort of Lego hair. But yeah, I don't want you to damage stuff. I don't know what you're watching on. If you're watching on like a phone, you'll be fine, unless you need to unplug your Wi-Fi. But if you're watching on a PC or something, I would rather get that unplugged. Yeah, it's late and I need to unplug the Wi-Fi. Well, there we go. So it doesn't get fried. Yeah, don't fry your Wi-Fi. That's gonna be, well, that's not gonna be fun. So, but yeah, thanks for popping in. I really do appreciate it, and it's good to see you around again. I know you've probably been quite busy and things, but I know you always catch up with the videos anyway. But yeah, have a good one. Thanks for popping in. Again, thanks for the super chat, the €2 super chat. That was very kind. And yeah, have a good one. I'm just going to finish off this round here, and
This PGA Tour
I'll head
event
to bed
brought
as
to you
well.
by 2K Sports.
In
Today's
fact, I'm still
coverage
not tired,
of the
but
TGC Open
I think
is about
I'll,
to kick off.
if I sit here and
Pleased
continue
you
playing
could
golf,
join us
I
for this
probably
final round
won't
action.
get tired.
I'm Luke
So
Elvey, here alongside
Finish
Rich
up this
Beam.
round. I
Rich,
mean, it's 18
as this
holes, so
next
we're going to be
golfer
here for
starts the
probably
day,
another half an hour or
what are you
so.
thinking about their
And
chances?
yeah,
Look, this
then
player
I'll
starts
head
out
off,
the final round
probably
a couple
lie in bed,
behind
watch
the
a
lead,
stream, something like
and
that.
let's face it, they need to have some inspiring golf out there today. They need to
I like
make
to lie in
birdies
bed and
early
watch like
and
a
often if they
really
wanna
chill
chase down
stream.
that leader. It sets up for a very exciting final round.
Usually,
Can't wait to get into
actually,
the action.
someone like
Very excited to
Squirrel
see how this player
or
fares
Soviet
today.
Womble,
Oh, you love
depending
this
on
player.
what he's
Why
playing.
wouldn't you wait to see how this player plays?
Quirk.
You have a poster of this player at home,
Bob
don't you?
Ross.
A 2.
Okay.
I mean, if you want something chill to watch, Bob Ross is the one to go to.
Just didn't drop.
Oh, I'm
It's
so
like a
annoyed
pretty
that I
straightforward
dropped
5-footer to me.
my Labello lip balm.
Putt is underway.
We just call it lip ice. In South
And
Africa,
down she
everything's
goes.
just lip ice. Because you used to, well, I think you still get it, the brand lip ice.
And now 4
And they were
under
like,
for the tournament.
I don't know, really super cheap lip balm.
And now teeing off on
And
this par 4 hole.
I mean, everyone just calls it lip ice. Doesn't matter what brand it is, doesn't matter what, it's just lip ice. I don't know. So,
Oh, you couldn't paint a better picture.
yeah, it's a bit weird
Gorgeous.
saying lip balm, but if I say lip ice, everyone's going to be like, what you talking about? What's this lip ice?
John, you're down there. What's happening?
Down on the 6th hole now as Justin Thomas gets ready to hit.
I just want to check something.
And here
Well,
we are with
I
their
skipped
four.
that again. I want to check something
Let's
real
return to live play now.
Heading
Rich,
to
there's a lot to like
studio.
about Justin Thomas, isn't there? He's short in stature and not a big build, but a really pound-for-pound great player.
Interesting.
He's learned a lot on how to play the game over the first
I'm
few
wondering-
years on tour. He always tried to hit it as hard as he could. Now he's developed another game within a
I just
game.
wanna
He's
let him
starting to hit
talk.
these shorter shots with lots of feel, lots of touch. Right now, Justin Thomas is one of the most complete players in the game.
He's also got a wonderful attitude out there. He takes the good with the bad, but when he's in contention, it just seems to bring out the best in him, doesn't it?
He's got a killer instinct about him, and when he gets
Zambak.
around the lead,
Oh yeah,
he
Zambak.
doesn't let it go easily.
Yes,
He sticks
Zambak
around. He may
is
not
the
win all the
best.
time, but I tell you, he's going to make you earn that victory if he doesn't get there first.
What's the other one? Not Zambak. Oh, what's it called? Man, there's a plane that is super loud right now, and it just sounds like it's not going anywhere. Is it Zambak that I'm thinking about?
Get excited. This could go
The
in.
little green container.
Ooh, right by the hole.
That is
And they'll walk
Zambak.
away with a par on this
Vix.
one.
Vix is the other one. Is Vix and Zambak is really the same thing, isn't it? But no, it's not, because can you put
Currently
Vix on
at
your
-4
lips?
overall.
I mean,
Moving
I know
down
you
the
can
leaderboard,
you
Luke,
put like
never
Vix on
a
your
good
chest
thing.
or whatever if you to open up your
off
airways.
here
Is
at the
Zambak
third
the
hole.
same thing? I'm confused now. Because they look pretty much the same. If I recall that correctly. No.
Better be careful out there. It's
Yeah, it's
danger.
okay.
It's heading left, isn't it? Not a bad approach. Grab the putter from the caddy. You're dancing.
Slim chance here for
Whoa.
birdie, but you never know.
I don't know what to do here. Let's just do that.
That was a gallant
Not bad.
attempt.
Not bad.
An opportunity to make their par. Ooh, that looks like a
All
pure
right.
stroke.
Well, YouTube has been screaming at me this entire
Currently
stream,
4 under
which
for the
has been
event.
running
Unfortunately,
for
backing
how
up
long?
slowly but surely on that
3
leaderboard,
hours?
Luke.
About dropping my bitrate to 4,500
Teeing off here at the 4.
kilobits per second or whatever. I'm just gonna say bits. I've been running it at 12,000 and I haven't dropped a single frame, so I'm just gonna leave it at 12,000. I'll watch the VOD afterwards and see what the quality's like. But
That reminded me of the Big Easy.
I mean, YouTube
Silky
can yell all
smooth.
it wants. If I'm not having an issue at 12,000, then
Gee,
fine.
there's some energy
And
and
if
action
it's-
going on all around this property. Wonder what's
if it's
happened.
watchable on 12,000, then
And now we go
good.
to the 6th where this happened
I
just a
don't
moment
want
ago.
a blurry
Let's take a look at
stream,
Gary
so-
Woodland from earlier.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave it at 12,000. I was gonna drop it down to 8,000 for the
Opting
next
for the
one, but I think,
9-9.
nah. I might try and stream
It's
during
fair
the
to say
day
that wasn't
tomorrow.
their best
I'll see
shot.
how. Oh no, I
Missing it
can't because
short
I have
there,
to catch up
they
on all
will
of the
definitely
videos.
be upset.
Maybe on Wednesday. Maybe I can stream during the day on Wednesday. I'll try and stream again tomorrow
That's on the
night.
green, but still a fair way from the hole.
Depends on how well I
Ooh, a
sleep tonight.
12-footer.
I was
Enough
gonna
to make a few
stream
of these
last
today.
night.
Oh,
but-
gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it?
I was so tired, I just couldn't.
Yeah,
I actually
not much
got
to
everything
sweat
set up. I got the lights on, I got everything set up, I got the camera set up, I got everything done. I was
Currently
working
at
the whole
3
day,
under for the
Saturday and
event.
Sunday, to get everything ready so I can stream last night. And I was so
Teeing off
tired
here
that I
at the
was
5th.
feeling ill. I was feeling sort of nauseated and I just wasn't feeling well, and I just went straight to bed. Normally
Looks like
I
this one
only,
teems safely for the
I mean, I'll
fairway.
go to bed at like 10,
Around
11.
220
But then I'll
yards.
lie in bed
Currently 4
watching
shots
a
off the
stream or
pace.
whatever till like 12, 1-ish, somewhere around there, before I actually fall asleep. And last night I was like down and out at like
Opting
half
for
past
the
9.
5-wood.
I was just like, nope.
Looks like this one's
Oh,
going to the
that's,
beach.
I should
It's
have
fair
gone
to
with
say
the
that
3
that
wood
approach
there.
didn't hit
I
the
thought I could
mark.
make it. I wanted
Not
to
taking enough
roll it
club to
out.
get it there.
But yeah, last night I was just because I didn't get proper sleep the night before, so yeah, I was sort of down and out last night.
If he
Man,
makes
that
this,
was
he'll save his par.
not even close. Oof. This is not good. Oh, we're falling back. We're ooh no. And that
It's up,
was
it
not
could
good.
be in.
Not
This
good.
one is for bogey.
Not good.
Back-to-back bogeys is never nice, but in she goes.
Our first.
You're making one
First
bad
event.
mistake with another, compounding it, not good.
Oh, I didn't.
The leader now has a one-stroke advantage. And now on the tee, coming off a bogey.
Not good at all.
Trying to reclaim some momentum.
Yeah, let's try and do that.
Looks like they put a good pass on that one. Let's have a look at Patrick Cantlay from earlier.
No, I'm not
Lining
worried
up for
about
his second.
what Patrick did.
Second shot here on the 6th.
I'm also out of water, which is not good. Boom. I can't reach there.
And here
That's a
we are
problem.
with the
I'd like
third
to get
shot.
some eagles. And let's go with that.
Well,
Very
take
nice.
notes, folks. That's how you do it.
Almost a gimme birdie there, Luke. Fantastic.
So what I am going to do...
Well,
Oh,
what a shame.
no.
That would have been a nice one to hole. And that should secure the par. Well
Can't
done.
afford things like that.
And after that
And,
effort, let's take
but
a look at
anyway,
how it
what I'm going to
stands.
do with the live
Trailing
streams
by
is
5 shots after that
I
hole.
don't think I'm going to leave them
Deep
public
into the front 9.
on the
Here we
channel
are
because
at
I
the
don't
7th hole.
really want them on the channel in between the videos. What I am going to do is I'm going to put them into a playlist but make them unlisted. So if you miss any of the streams and you want to watch them after the fact, you can basically go to playlists and into live streams and you should find all of them there, but they won't be on the sort of videos tab of the channel. So I think that's what I'm going to do with that.
Looks like they've got the 5-wood.
I will see. Maybe I'll just leave them on the
No
main
harm,
channel. I'm
no
not
foul
sure.
there with that shot.
Oh, this is a long way
maybe.
from downtown, but you're
I don't
closer.
know.
John, what's he got in front of him?
Maybe I'll leave them on there for a
Oh,
while
guys,
and see
this
what
looks
happens.
like it's about 21 feet to the hole.
And
Okay, steady now.
if it does
And with
clutter
that,
up the
you can go
channel
and
too
put a
much,
par on the
then
card.
I'll just unlist them and
Let's
put them in
take
the
a look at the
playlist so that
leaderboard as
people
it stands.
can go watch it there if they want.
Getting ready to play their third.
I need to turn off the highlights.
So
I
after
don't
that hole,
like the highlights.
this is the current standings on the course.
Oh, I'm
Here we find ourselves on the tee of a par 4.
6 shots behind the leaders. And on the 8th hole. Not
Well, I like
good.
the look of the line here. This should find
Not
the fairway.
good at all.
John, give us an update. What's shaking?
Yeah, give us an
Down on the
update, John.
10th hole. This is a look at Gary Woodland.
Oh dear, that's on the beach. Blessed with physical
I should just
attributes
watch
that
the
is
highlights.
the envy of most people on tour. This man is a physical presence, but he's now a real presence on leaderboards and also a major champion, Gary Woodland.
He's the modern player. He's a big, strong young man
Bounce
who
right.
was a multi-sport athlete
just not
growing
enough.
up. So he's got great eye-hand coordination from playing basketball all those years. In fact, quit basketball in college to focus on golf solely. And I have to say that you can watch him hit golf balls.
We
you
don't
can
really
watch the
have
chipping, you can watch the putting, and all
Basketball,
that, and how
basketball as
great
we
it
call
is.
it.
But you really don't
In South
measure
Africa,
the
but
greatness
I
of the
do
man
enjoy it.
until
I
you get
always
chance
had
to say
a
hi to him.
basketball hoop.
And he's probably got the
In
warmest
fact, I
heart
still have that same
of
hoop.
any
It's just
player out
not
on
put up.
tour.
It's
He
hanging
truly
in the
is
roof
just an
of our
all-American
workshop
nice guy.
because I don't
Can't say
have
that
any
about a lot
place
of
to
folks, but
or
you
any
can definitely
space
say
to
that
actually
about
put it
Gary
up.
Woodland.
But
the
I always
Midwest
had a
kid in him.
basketball hoop as a kid, and my friends and I would play so much basketball,
Pretty good shot there.
especially in
Time for
high
the second
school.
shot
Actually,
here at the 9th.
we played so much. And I loved it. I really, really, really enjoyed it. until one of those basketballs hits you on the nose. Someone throws a ball at you, you don't pay attention, and that thing hits you on the nose. Goodness me, that hurts. That thing is
that one will play.
rock solid.
Sitting at 2 under par, just outside the top 10 on the leaderboard.
We can get like at least in the top 10. That'll be nice. No wind.
Fingers
great
crossed
shot.
for a good kick to the left.
Oh, it's getting worse by the second. Come on, game.
That's just inside the range.
Slim chance here for birdie, but you never know.
You want to move into the top 10 on the leaderboard? Well, let's hold this putt.
Oh, it's
this
got a
is
shot.
pure. Well, what a lovely putt to
I
make.
can't hold the short
And
ones.
that will take him to
But
3
this is
under.
working just fine.
And let's have another look at that one.
That was pretty good. Oh, I've got an itch. Yeah, what I was going to say earlier is, I don't know why, but my subscriber notifications are not coming through. They were working fine earlier, but they're not working now.
Justin Thomas is our current leader.
I don't know why.
This hole here is a par 4.
I don't know.
Coming off a birdie.
Okay,
at
so
the
we're
last
3
hole,
under.
This player
We're
finally is making something
10.
happen. Looking forward to the next hole, but danger lurks if they're not careful.
Let's see if we can...
This one looks to be heading for the sanctuary of the fairway.
There we go.
Second shot here at the 10th.
That's a little bit uphill. Let's extend that a little bit. To like there.
Looks to be going with the 5
A
iron.
little bit of a pull. Not too bad.
This tournament's coming alive. I wonder what just went down.
This is
And here
Justin
we are
Thomas.
with the 3rd shot.
7 under.
Oh,
Whoa.
almost went in.
What a shot. I don't know if you guys could see that. My camera might be in the way.
Close to the surface here, and the green side rough.
Well, Luke, they birdied the hole yesterday. Good luck today on repeating that birdie.
Oh,
Well, that's an impressive little chip.
almost.
Oh, Dr. Chipinski strikes again.
Justin Thomas is at the top of the leaderboard with a 1-shot lead. You've reached the 11th hole, and the tee is yours.
Oh. Yeah, I think it's sort of a grip it and rip it hole.
Luke, that's a stonking drive.
A stonking drive.
Playing this shot from 120 yards.
Not really the right club, but I can't really go any longer. Alright, let's go with it.
Looks
Bit of
like
extra
they're going
power.
with the pitching wedge.
Yeah.
A
out
wonderful
to be
shot.
fine.
A chance for birdie here on the 11th. This putt
These
is
greens
about
are
8 feet.
really, really difficult.
It's got a chance.
No!
Ooh.
I've
And
missed
they'll walk
so
away with a
many
par
birdie
on this
putts.
one.
It's ridiculous. We could be leading right now.
Now 5 strokes behind.
I've got no words.
Let's see what happens here at the 12th. And after that par, they're looking for something good here.
I just heard something that sounded like someone closing a door. But it was in game. Weird. Right. I don't know what that was. Oh, this could be good. A hole-in-one would be nice right now.
A wonderful shot and a birdie
A
opportunity
birdie would
coming
be
up at
okay
the
as
12th.
well.
Well, it's time to head back down to the fairways. John, what's up, mate?
He's
I'm
not
down on
even
the
contention.
11th
Why are you
now,
showing me
and
highlights
this is
for that?
Patrick Cantlay's next shot.
Lining up the birdie putt here.
Okay.
That's well holed. And that will take him to 4 under.
All right, 4 under, not
Patrick
bad.
Cantlay currently in the lead.
Oh. If you have time, you should
And coming off
watch
the birdie,
Revzilla on
themselves a
YouTube. They
chance to
did a
keep it
Dumb
rolling.
and Dumber episode where they ride that tiny motorcycle to Aspen. Revzilla. Okay, I'll definitely have a look at that. I have to remember to have a look at that. That sounds interesting. Goodness. Revzilla. I've never heard of that channel, but judging by your profile picture, I mean your profile picture is like that small. So I can't really see it, but I see a car. So Uzi, are you into cars at all?
Couple of birdies and a couple of bogeys.
If so,
Needs to get something going here today.
do you
Time for
follow
the second
Cletus
shot here
McFarlane
the
at all?
13th.
Because if you don't, do yourself a favor and have a look at Cletus McFarlane on YouTube. If you like things like drag racing. Really, really, really cool channel. So that's one of the channels that I try and follow, although I haven't watched videos of his in months. But I kind of
Getting
do
ready
that
to
on
play their
purpose.
third.
I tend to
5
do that
strokes
in
behind
general
our
with
leader.
YouTube, is I sort of don't watch videos on some channels for quite some time. And then when I've built up sort of a surplus, then I'll just sort of binge watch a load of videos. So I do that with Welker Farms, with Millennial Farmer, Cletus
Just
McFarlane.
needs a little bit more of a kick to the right.
What are
Chance to move to
the
5
two
under
Aussie
par.
guys? Mighty Car Mods. Bees for Build is another great one. So I tend to do that with a lot of it. The only channels that I try and sort of stay up to date with is like the sort of gaming channels, the like Daggerwin and Farmer Cop. I usually catch like streams and things with
Ouch,
Farmer
that
Cop
hurts.
and that sort of thing. So
And that should secure the
I try
par.
and
Well done.
stay up to date with it, but it's also
And after
really
this
difficult to
hole,
find the time
that's how it
to stay
looks.
up to date with all of the
Patrick
channels.
Cantlay's heading the field
So
in
that's
this
why I
one.
prefer when I sort of get some time off to just sort of binge
Welcome to
watch
this hole.
a lot of
That's a
stuff
par
that
four.
I sort of built up over time. But yeah, there's some really good car channels and things around.
That
It's
was
nice
pummeled.
to watch things
Great
like that
drive.
if you into cars and things, and
Second
like
shot
me
here
into
on the
cars, but
14th hole.
do a lot of farming and things. I like to sort of watch the real life farming guys and then watch some of the car guys, and other times just see what other
Going
farming
with the 5 wood.
YouTubers are up to and what content they're making. And
That's a shame.
yeah,
Had
it's
a chance to hit the
interesting.
green, but couldn't quite get there.
It's always interesting to keep
And
up to date.
missing it long with that approach, not a good leave.
Oh, I thought that one was
Push
going
that
in.
right. I went a little bit
Good
aggressive with that
opportunity here,
to
just 6 feet
see if
to
I
the
can
hole.
chip it in, but
Nicely holed.
almost thought that wasn't
And
going to
for
turn
par.
enough. Almost.
John, give us a small update.
Down on hole number 18 as Justin Thomas gets ready to hit. 31 feet out.
Get in the hole.
Goodness. Well done. So, yeah, we've got, what, 3 holes
And
to
after
go?
that effort, this is how the field is shaping up. Patrick Cantlay finds
I
himself
do watch
one
Cletus, but
shot
not as
clear at the top of the
often.
leaderboard.
I mostly watch, like, Adam LZ, Bees for Build, Evan Shanks,
we've
Mighty
arrived at a
Mods,
par
and
3.
there's a crazy guy that went from Alaska to Argentina on a nice 90cc moped. Goodness me. Adam LZ is a name that I know, but I don't know his channel. I know of him, but I've never really watched his content. I don't know why. I should actually... The thing is, I've got so much content to watch that, I mean, I just don't have time to get to all of it. But yeah, those are some good channels. I don't think I know Evan Shanks. I don't think I've ever heard that name. Might have to look into that. But again, I don't really want to... I mean, there's so many good YouTubers
Opting
out
for
there,
the
and I
5
don't
wood.
want to discover more of them
Chance
because
to
then
get on
I
the
have
par
even
here
less
if he can
time
just
to
keep
watch
the
all of them.
bogeys off the card.
It's hard enough as it is.
This putt for inside the top 5 on the leaderboard.
Come on, curve in.
That's frustrating.
I'm just not getting the brakes right on these
This one
greens. It's
just
terrible.
outside 7 feet to the hole. And with that putt, now at 4 under,
Yeah.
heading to the final few holes. And Patrick Cantlay, currently our leader.
I don't have any water anymore. My throat's dry.
You've arrived at a par 4. Step up to the tee and own it. Well, on the tee now, coming off a par. Chance to pipe one up the middle.
Adam
This is
LZ
the
does Formula
all-important
Drift
stretch.
now.
Time to make your
He's a
move.
super chilled guy. He bought like a massive compound now a while
Not
back.
bad.
Goodness.
Looks like a
And, like,
similar approach to
Cheetah's
yesterday.
They had a good result
Cheetah's
yesterday. Can't see why they
bought
wouldn't have another good one today.
an entire racetrack. Dude. If I could have a 10th of his income, that'd be, yeah. How do you buy an entire racetrack? I want to check out Adam LZ. Like I said, I know the name. I know the name well. I know who he is. I just, for some reason, never watched his content. Again, probably just never got around to it.
Never really a comfortable
Who
shot
was the
for
other
them,
guy
was
that I
it?
just thought
And
about?
coming up well short.
I thought about someone now when you mentioned that. It's also got a really good channel. Oh. That's gonna bother me. Let me have a quick look. Who that was. If I see the name, it'll register immediately. Who was it? No. Got so many people that I'm subscribed to. No. If I see the name, it'll pop up, sort of. Don't know. Can't find it. If I see it, I'll know exactly who I was thinking of, and I just can't get on the name now. But now I'm just not seeing it. There we go. Jimmy Broadbent. So he's in simulation racing, but he also recently started to do like proper racing. He got into like proper racing and things, and I haven't watched any of those videos yet. Again, haven't got around to it. I really want to see how that goes, to go from simulation racing to full-on racing. So yeah, if you say Adam LZ is in Formula Drift, I know he sort of didn't do gaming stuff. He did like proper car stuff, but went into Formula Drift, where I saw that. What was he driving? Let me have a quick look at Jimmy Broadbent. I don't want to be.
Who's for bogey?
Did that actually miss? Yeah, this round is done. What car was he driving? I think he got into the Mazda. Was it Mazda Cup? And 4 days ago he drove a Formula 1 car. Seems like an old Formula 1 car. He's got a MX-5 that he's racing. But he drove some sort of a supercar thing. There's only a picture of it. It doesn't actually show what it is. Yeah, so that's Jimmy Broadbent that's an interesting channel. Unfortunately, again, I just don't get enough time to actually watch. But yeah, cool channel. So we dropped back to 3 under.
John, talk to us. What do you got for us?
Well, guys, over on the 18th hole now. This is Gary Woodland's next shot.
Okay, let's get this wrapped up.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Patrick Cantlay is atop the
Not going
leaderboard
well.
with a 2-stroke lead.
10 under. I don't
Teeing
think
off
we're
here
even in the
on
top
the
10.
17th
Oh,
hole.
we're tied 10.
They're trailing heading into the short par 4. Do they take it on to the layup? How much do they trust their swing right now? We'll find out.
This is a good time to get hot with the tournament
Draw
on
on
the
it,
line.
but we're there. I was contemplating putting that.
That's a high-quality recovery shot.
I don't know if putting would have been a better option there.
Smooth
Possibly.
tempo there on that chip.
Always good to lead the bounce back category.
Well, there
That's
we go.
a good stat.
4 under,
And
that's
with that,
fine.
he'll move to 4 under par.
If we can stay on 4 under or maybe
Teeing
move
off here at the lucky
5
last,
under, that would be
the
nice.
18.
Not
This
that it
player's got
makes a
some
big
lovely
difference at this
momentum
point.
coming off a birdie at the
Well, I
last.
suppose in points it does. I don't think we can reach this in 2 though.
Oh, that was pure.
Nope. 3 wood can only get us there. Well, I have to go for it then.
And here we are.
Oh,
with the
I
third
thought that was a
shot.
little island thing. I didn't know it was actually connected. I would have gone more right so we can roll onto the green. That was a bit dumb. Anyway. Alright. Let's get it close, make a birdie. Walk away.
Attaboy. Good shot.
Attaboy.
And this putt for a final score of 71.
Yeah,
And
5
that will
under.
do it. His work is done here.
5 behind the leader, I think so. Bleh. But it should put us, what, like 8? 7?
And for a
somewhere around
first
there.
start on the PGA Tour, Rich, you've got to take your hat off to them.
Yeah, it's our
Yeah,
first
not a bad
PGA
first
event,
on the PGA Tour. Kind of
10.
getting some
Good.
nerves out of the way. Top 5 finish. Keep your eye on this player.
5th.
Well, that'll just about do
Not
it.
bad.
On behalf of Rich Beam,
Played
I'm Luke
1 under
Elvey.
today,
Thanks
so
for tuning in.
4 under
Look forward to
yesterday.
your company next time.
Patrick Cantley won it at 10 under. Goodness me, 5 shots behind. Right. You have a rival. Nice. Cameron Champ. Yeah, okay. And, yeah, let's see where we are in terms of ranking. I think it should show us. First, free browse. Next sponsor contract. Okay. Sponsors. Yeah, I'm not going to be worried about a sponsor right now. We'll look at that next time round. But, yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. It's exactly 1 o'clock in the morning. So, to the minute, 1 o'clock in the morning. So, I'm going to call it quits there. So, for everyone who tuned in, thank you. I appreciate it. And I hope you enjoyed it. It was really just a chill stream to, yeah, sort of wind down and see if everything works. So, yeah, I also made the mistake of not having any audio when we started because I muted my mic. Genius. But yeah, I mean, that's things that I have to get used to again with streaming. So, yeah, I think I'm going to call it there. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And, yeah, I'm going to try and do this often. We'll see how it goes. And we'll see if this is going to be on the sort of on the channel or just sort of hidden. I don't really know. But, yeah, for now, I am going to head to bed. And I'll see you guys very soon. So next video, there's a video that went out today. Well, yesterday, technically, Monday. So if you haven't already, make sure to check that out on the Survival series. And, yeah, next one coming out on Wednesday. But I'll probably be streaming before that. But, yeah. So for everyone watching, have a good night. Have a good day wherever you are in the world. And, yeah, see you next time.